Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.
So many mekatramansa nina nyawaye esombo.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
So many
Citi 97.3.
City's biggest conversation.
It's 31 after 6. Indeed, has given us a testimony, and we are glad to propagate this great victory and testimony. The victory through his blood, this great salvation, this great calling, this great election. We will do well to share it with the rest of the world. Welcome to 97.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. And it's 31 after 6. My name is Caleb Kuda. It's a great way to start your week. Powerful song. Do well to share the word. Share your testimonies with the world. He is amazing. We'd love to start off the day with you with what we call business sense. Sometimes it's inspirational, other times instructive. And this morning, I'd like to share with you a passage of scripture that I found very profound. It says, His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. Through these, He has given us His very great and precious promises, so that through them you may participate in the divine nature, having escaped the corruption in the world caused by evil desires. For this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, to perseverance godliness, to godliness mutual affection, and to mutual affection love. For if you possess these qualities in increasing measure, they will keep you from being ineffective and unproductive in your knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. But whoever does not have them is nearsighted and blind, forgetting that they have been cleansed from their past sins. That's my favorite part. It says, therefore, brothers and sisters, make every effort to confirm your calling and election. For if you do these things, you will never stumble. It's an inspirational start to your morning. Make every effort to confirm your calling, because He has given us everything we need for a godly life. Business Sense is brought to you by ADB. If you're a paid employee or salaried worker, you need a personal loan to resolve your financial issues. ADB is offering you a variety of personal loans, including a top-up loan at significantly reduced interest rate. You'll also enjoy a longer tenure of up to 6 years as an offer that is open to non-customers as well. Kindly visit the nearest branch. Call 0302-210-210, 0302-224-043 for further inquiries. ADB is the People's Bank. ADB is truly a great and more. Newspaper reviews coming up shortly. Stay with us.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
One man I pay, and I don't know what I'm paying for. Meanwhile, he will harass you. It's even funny, as if you have come to collect his money. I will close down your business. Charlie,
can you imagine that?
Me, I'm working. That I want to help the country. Then you come and close down my business. I haven't paid you tax. Oh Lord,
it's a certainty in life.
Lucky to be. My name is Bernard Abe. Thank you, Caleb Kuda. Started off the show. The whole team is here. It's a Monday morning, the 7th day of October, So much to do, and we're getting to the newspaper review segment. Good morning, Godfred.
Good morning, Bernard.
And good morning, Richard.
Good morning, my brother. How's it going?
I'm very well, thank
Good
you.
man.
I will take you straight to the papers, Bernard, because it's been a very busy weekend filled with a lot of hot news items. The president has been speaking, and on the front page of the new publisher, Akufo-Addo on democracy have protests. Don't blame me over arrest. I love demo. And also on the front page, bring back our streetlights. That's a campaign I support as well. Billboards without permits to go down. A Futu MCE wants.
The Chronicle says 3,000 youth given free training and cash by Ye to establish businesses. Also on the front page, Baumia's economic plan will address inflation. This is according to Kojo Nkrumah. Presidential pitch winners hail concept. The Minister of Information to hold town hall meeting in Tamale and have no problem with protest. That's Akufo-Addo, the president, speaking.
The front page of the Republic Press still has the president on the front page. I am not a jailer. Akufo-Addo replies critics as he washes hands off protesters' arrest. Cheddar picks running mate. Leave Lebanon now. Foreign Minister urges Ghanaians. Police arrest 3 legal sand winners. Soldier at Ningo Lekponguno. And then Galamsey's deadly impact on Denso River. EPA demands swift solution.
Let me take you to the anchor. Miners threaten to vote against NDC after Okujetu. Others call for 5 years ban on responsible mining. Also, Prestia Chief commends MD of Sankofa Gold leadership. And spend 4 days a week in your constituencies. MPP orders his parliamentary candidates and demands weekly reports on what's happening in those areas. And UN urges Ghana to address illegal mining menace.
Front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. I can't jail protesters. Nana Lashikitele hits back on council's suspension. Photo of Ni Ajay Kofe the fourth. Ghana records 11% non-traditional exports growth. Your passports are ready, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Let me take you to the Today newspaper. GN Bank's license withdrawal. Government was not fair to Ndum. MPP Stallworth is quoted here as saying. Also, Galamsey menace Catholic Church to protest against government on October 11. I'm supporting that protest, giddy, giddy, giddy. And then also, leave Lebanon now, as you announced. The Foreign Ministry is telling Ghanaians living in Lebanon.
The front page of the Inquisitor newspaper talks about the Ye sponsorship of 3,000 persons. Over 2,000 fetish priests to demonstrate over Galamsey menace. That's a demonstration I will be at. As well.
It go reach everybody.
7 MMDCs to be sacked for ineffectiveness and inaccessibility. I'll give you the list in a bit. And Gideon Boakus nauseating gibberish position on illegal mining and protesters.
The Daily Analyst says arrest of Galamsey protesters. Akufo-Addo breaks silence. Says, I'm not responsible for jailing people. The courts are independent. Also, Galamsey fight. GNASSM deploys task force to protect water.
Association of Small Scale Miners.
I see. And ADB celebrates customers, prioritizes excellent service experience. Some other stories here, including one about Kwesi Pratt Jr.
The front page of the Herald newspaper this morning. VR Bui power measure sparks fears of state thermal assets going to Gensa. The YEA story is here. More rot uncovered under Dubik Mohammed's management of ECG. Also has a photo of the president and the Catholic Church's upcoming protest walk against Galamsey. Charlie Badi say organized labor also.
The Informer says elections 2024 Napo touts Baumia's competence, discourages religious and tribal campaigns. Also on the front page, groundbreaking achievement in the energy sector. Bui Power salutes First Sky Group. And then government Jospon Group initiative Nalerigo gets waste recycling plant. And the UN story pressing us to do something about Galamsey also makes the front page.
The front page of the Daily Graphic, YEA, huge crowd, vigil climax, 3-day Galamsey protest. And also finally from me, the BNFC's front page, IMF staff level agreement secured, unlocks $360 million. NDC to reactivate London beach committees. Garia urges reforms to save distressed businesses.
I want to be sure which of the publishers you did.
I have the new publisher.
I have the Ghanaian publisher.
Yeah.
So equips 3,000 youth with tools and cash. Small-scale miners armed task force to protect water bodies. And a Futu municipal vows to demolish unauthorized billboards. Some other stories make the front page this morning.
Let me give you a few headlines online. Channel 1 News says toxic chemicals from Galamsey linked to infertility. This is Fertility Society of Ghana. Meanwhile, we should be ashamed for detaining democracy at protesters. Joe Jackson joins 3-day anti-Galamsey protest. Meanwhile, Akufo-Addo has been speaking to France 24. I think you predicted that he says things to international media. ECOWAS can't abandon Mali, Burkina, and Niger. This is in his interview. He also says West Africans still desire democracy despite coups and terrorist insurgencies. And then he made comments on other stories as well. If you continue on that website, 6 people have been remanded for lynching a prisons officer at Kaswa. And then consequence of Galamsey already there. Don't fail Ghanaians, Manasseh to organize labor. Now, the season of strikes is intensifying. If you go to citinewsroom.com, Cocoa Carriers Association to begin indefinite sit-down strike today. Now, a few more stories. High tax rates hindering growth in Ghana's petroleum industry. So I think I was playing this song for Deloitte. That's the report they issued. High tax rates are hindering growth in Ghana's petroleum industry. A few more stories. Ghanaians' desire for change and is heartening, according to former President Mahama. And then Ofuansi Arebi say, we won't allow people mine in our water bodies. Kojo Oponkroma is quoted. He's the MP for that particular area. And then Sokobane woodworkers devastated by fire, seek support from both NDC and MPP. My Joy Online's lead story this morning is on EC. They are yet to decide on proposed offline exhibition of voters register. And then former MC for Jusu Jabin, Yamwa Ponko, has died. Then Professor Frimpong Boateng, this one is also on Galamsey, urges Akufo-Addo to act on calls to end Galamsey. In fact, it's on other websites to say he calls to end Galamsey. He was the guest of honor at the Sogleyam Festival over the weekend. And this weekend, we have World Heart Day. And they're asking us to eat local foods. Eat local foods. Richard Sky, are you listening? Yes. Eat at them and his relatives. Stop eating. It's very important. Let me just give you one story from GNA before you get into the details. So, lawyers and judges must lead Galamsey fight. This is Most Reverend Dr. Boafo. I think he's the outgoing presiding bishop of the Methodist Church. Also, CSIR Gayak scientists advocate lasting solutions to Galamsey. A lot of Galamsey stories on the GNA's website as well. And then Free the Citizens demonstrators present petition to Attorney General's office. Internationally, we all know what's happening in the Middle East. That's still the big story. Israel marks anniversary of Hamas attacks as Middle East war rages. All right, so let's get into the details.
Okay, and let me start with the president's big interview with France 24 yesterday. I'll start with the new publisher's version. Don't blame me over protest. That story is on page 3. President Nana Akufo-Addo has said the executive arm of government has no hand in the arrest, denial of bail, and 2-week remand of some 53 persons said to have engaged in acts of lawlessness when they took part in the street protests organized by Democracy Hub against legal mining. In response to mounting demands for the release of the 53, the president Akufo-Addo spoke with France 24 on Friday and said, quote, it was never true the government he leads suppresses dissenting voices. President Akufo-Addo during the interview affirmed his recognition of peaceful protests as fundamental to good democratic practice. That story is also carried by the Republic Press on their front page, where he says, I am not a jailer. You'll find details of that on page 3. Quote, I am not responsible for jailing people in Ghana. The courts in Ghana are independent institutions, and they have been all through the period of the Fourth Republic. People misconduct themselves and they are brought before courts, and it's for the courts to deal with them. How can the president, who himself, his political career was aided by leading protests, have problems with protests? I don't have problems with protests. Nothing is done in Ghana to prevent people from airing their views on anything.
He also said something about Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, where he says that ECOWAS can't afford to abandon them. He also says that West Africans still desire democracy despite coups and terrorist insurgencies. That was the sort of the Sahelian angle to the interview, because I'm sure you know, France 24 interviewing the president of Ghana, the concern would be about a lot of the lost territories for France and all the issues in there, and he addressed some of them as well. Now, Sky, let's continue with the graphic.
Okay, so there's a follow-up regarding the people who went on demonstration. A new demonstration was held from Friday to...
so it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So the Saturday ended with a vigil.
Exactly. That vigil, the story on the vigil is on page 13 of the Daily Graphic by Kester Aburam Kranchi. It says, The 3-day protest against illegal mining climaxed last Saturday as thousands of people marched and later held a vigil in Accra. Now, the vigil at the car park of the Accra Sports Stadium was also in solidarity with 53 people remanded by the cause for an earlier protest by the Democracy Hub. Now, the protesters, mainly made up of youth groups, urged President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to declare a blanket ban on Galamsey and all sorts of mining in protests in forest reserves and water bodies. Let me stay with that.
Catholic Church is organizing a walk.
Exactly.
UN is commenting on Galamsey.
Yeah, let me start with the UN before I go to the Catholic Church. The story is in the Anchor newspaper, page 5 has the details, and it says the United Nations has waded into the ongoing illegal mining discussions, calling on Ghana to work together to eradicate the canker which is causing devastation to our water bodies and forest reserves. Now, it comes in the wake of ongoing protests against illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey, and calls by organized labor to ban illegal mining, which has been rejected by the government. Now, if you go further into the story, we're told that the resident coordinator in Ghana for the UN is the
signed that letter. Now, on that, Ghanaians in UK protest at High Commission. Story on Channel 1 News by Abigail Arthur.
Okay.
A significant protest took place on Saturday, October 5, outside the Ghana High Commission in London as demonstrators rallied against illegal mining activities calling known as Galamsey in Ghana. Now, it said, chanting slogans and holding placards, the protesters called for immediate action from the Ghanaian government to combat illegal mining operations, which have led to severe deforestation, water pollution, and displacement of local communities. Some of the placards read, "Water no be politics. Ghana Water Limited," literally. Is this our flag's future? And then free the citizens now. The demonstrators emphasized the urgent need for sustainable mining practice and stricter enforcement of environmental regulations.
Yes, to wrap up on the Galamsey matter, if I may, you go to the Today newspaper. There's a story there on page 6 dealing with the Catholic Church. Now, they are organizing a protest march, and the organizers hope to encourage the government to take decisive measures to halt the environmental degradation caused by Galamsey and promote sustainable development to secure a livable future for generations to come. Now, the protest will commence at the Holy Spirit Cathedral in Adabrakano, far away, at 10 a.m.
11th.
Yeah, that's right.
That's Thursday, I think.
Friday, actually, October 11th. Where participants will walk through major landmarks in Accra, including Castle Road, Ridge Runabout, Parliament House.
So it's a prayer walk and a protest.
Exactly. So we'll be praying against the demons.
A day after
the declaration
of strike. And also, there's a lot of people going to wear red on that day.
Just to mention, though, that organized labor's meeting with their people to tell them about what the president is offering is expected to happen later today.
Oh, then we have to drop solidarity.
Oh, yeah.
We have to deliver the solidarity.
Right. And they have to watch out.
Solidarity.
Let me tell you.
Two more.
I'll stay with Galamsey, Bernard, on page 4 of the Republic Press. A build-up of illegal mining in areas such as Potrasi, Odumasi, and Pedro Boase within the Boakwa South municipality has devastated the vital waterways which support approximately 3 million residents from the Achim area. The Densu River, which flows through Potrasi, Nankesia, Besima, Pedro, and Samweme Nadeso before emptying into the Weja Dam in Accra, has been severely impacted and transformed into a milky sludge devoid of life, posing a significant threat to both human and aquatic ecosystems. And the EPA has been speaking about this, pointing on the growing threat in an interview in Kofodia. Mr. Felix Addo Ochre, the Eastern Region Director of the EPA, said that no license would be given to miners to operate close to water bodies. And he said his outlet had found that increasing mining activities near the river tended to remove the vegetative cover of the river, exacerbating the degradation.
Just to also mention that people are telling us that the Weja Dam, the water in it is changing color.
Yeah.
And that it is coming close to what we see in other parts of the country where Galamsey is.
And then there's a data set released that showed a lot of small-scale mining licenses released from June 2022. Now, let me give you a couple of scientific stories. Toxic chemicals from Galamsey linked to infertility. This is the Fertility Society of Ghana. Now, this is building up because there's a lot of different people now voicing out their views. So experts are raising alarm over the impact of illegal mining on fertility rates in both men and women in Ghana, attributing the issue to harmful chemicals used in mining process. According to Dr. Rudolph Kantum Adageba, president of the Fertility Society of Ghana, exposure to toxic substances such as mercury and cyanide, commonly used in mining activities, could significantly affect reproductive health, leading to infertility, abnormal DNA, and other long-term complications. Now, he was speaking to the media at the 7th Annual General and Scientific Conference held in Kumasi. Now, let me give you two more. Okay. Lawyers and judges must lead Galamsey fight. This is the outgoing presiding bishop of the Methodist Church. He is the Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabnaboafu, presiding bishop of the Methodist Church, has called on lawyers and judges to take a lead role in combating illegal mining. He characterized illegal mining as an ecological injustice and urged the judiciary to safeguard Ghana's ecology from potential harm. He made the call during a church service to utter in the 67th legal year. Then there's another one here. I'm just giving you the headlines. This one is from GNA. CSIR GAEC scientists advocate lasting solutions to Galamsey. Ghanaian scientists have proposed a national stakeholders dialogue to find a lasting solution to illegal small-scale mining in the country. We urge the government to convene a national dialogue that includes researchers and environmentalists, mining companies, traditional leaders, etc. Final one is from Professor Frimpong Boateng, former Minister for Environment, says heed calls to end Galamsey. The former Minister for Environment, Professor Frimpong Boateng, has called on the President to heed calls for various groups and labor unions to end the destruction of forest reserves and water bodies. Final one. Ofuansi Ayerebi, we won't allow people to mine in our water bodies. So, in a firm stance against illegal mining, MP for Ofuansi Ayerebi and Minister for Works, Okojo Oponkroma, has declared that his constituency will not permit mining activities in their water bodies. His statement comes amid growing concern about the environmental impact of such activities. So, almost 10 stories on Galamsey in different media this morning.
Let me just add one more. If you go to page 2 of the Ghanaian publisher, Small Scale Miners Armed Task Force to Protect Water Bodies. Now, the Ghana National Association of Small Scale Miners has enhanced its task force and monitoring units with advanced machinery to intensify the fight against illegal mining, locally known as Galamsey. Now equipped with 2 speedboats, additional personnel, and modern techniques. Now the task force now patrols water bodies and highways to combat illegal miners.
They've shown some videos. They are doing very well. They should continue what they are doing.
Do they have policemen with them?
I think they usually announce. They usually announce these things. They usually announce.
I'm saying the small scale miners.
I don't know. I have to check. Honestly, I don't know.
Do they have
and then what do you call it?
So the task force has already recorded notable success in collaboration with police. So they work.
Yeah, they work with the police. Yeah.
Let me give you a couple of stories. The Inquisitors front page says 7 MDC is to be sacked, but the details are pretty scanty on page 4.
Their names are not mentioned.
Yes, the story. The story gives very little information, but passports are also ready, according to the Foreign Affairs Minister, the Daily Guide. But let me take you to some economic issues on the front page of the BNF.
I thought there was some street light story you were reading about advocacy for light, because there's a story on Graphic Online.
That's on page 4, opinion piece in the new publisher. That's the opinion piece on the newspaper today. It says the institutions of state responsible for ensuring that street lights are up and functioning have performed poorly, as most roads in the country lack functioning street lights and have remained so for too long a time. So you can read that.
Let me just mention, if you're going towards the Teshi area, you know, all the way from the what do you call it, the hotel, the La Beach Hotel, up to Kofi Annan, whatever. The streets light, the poles are there, but for some reason the lights are not. Is it that somebody came to steal them?
There's actually a story here that sort of is similar to what you're reading. If you go to Graphic Online, Accra Motorway street lights vanish. It says almost all the street lights that were installed on the 19-kilometer Accra motorway have vanished after 3 years. A Daily Graphic team recently observed that many of the street lights and poles installed in 2021 along the stretch have disappeared, while the few remaining poles are damaged. Godfrey, let's come to the economy.
Yes, page 3 of the BNFT says IMF staff level agreement secured. A staff level agreement with the International Monetary Fund as part of the country's extended credit facility program's third review has been reached. This agreement is expected to unlock $360 million in financing, pending approval from the IMF's executive board in December.
And let me mention quickly that the Daily Graphic is reporting that 3,000 youth have been given startup boost, and a story by Joshua Bediako-Kumsun says the government, through its youth employment agency, has handed over startup hacks and cash to 3,000 youth to enable them to start enterprises after they had received rapid training in diverse vocational training.
Let's be careful here. The Cocoa Carriers Association have begun an indefinite sit-down strike. This is going to affect the export of our cocoa. The leadership of the group have instructed their members in the Tema, Takrady and Kumasi depots to commence an indefinite sit-down strike starting today, Monday, October 7, over issues related to their conditions of service. Now, they did a similar thing in 2022, where they undertook a similar strike demanding wage increase and improving work conditions.
Where's the Minister for Employment?
I don't know. The previous strike led to thousands of bags of beans being left unattended to at various cocoa marketing company warehouses. Now, Sachawan Association Raymond Atanga Abobiga told City News on Sunday that the issue directive had urged all members to participate fully in the upcoming indefinite strike.
UTAG is on strike. These cocoa people are on strike. Organized labor is threatening strike.
NIA workers, someone go to. The strike, there's plenty. So it's in trade is full of strike. So it's a big issue. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Godfred. Coming up next is the City Business News. Stay with us.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Charlie, today the matter will catch me. I received urgent order from my online store. Customer wants 10 pieces sharp. Mama wahala be delivery. Stress so me too. I no get order in weeks. So then I make slow. Charlie, I decide to deliver this thing myself. Quiet. I was willing to trust my small tired car like that. But boy, I no even leave my area where the whole place full of snow. Engine kaput, Pascal. As the boys they help me push the car off the road, where I look up and raise my head, where I see for Fidelity Bank billboard top. This too just be chapter. Then Norma Vim come. Listen, I dog the sadness and find Okada fast. I deliver all the goods, collected my money, and even got referrals from this customer. At Fidelity Bank, we believe you can achieve your dreams. Believe with us. Ebefa.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with Goyle, MTN, and Access Bank. Lati has the details. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello to you out there. Welcome to the breakfast edition of City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle, and Access Bank. My name is Lati. Coming up, key sectors of the economy to cripple should organized labor go ahead with a strike over Galamsey later this week. Also, demand for treasury bills continue to drop as government once again misses its target by 2.3 billion Ghana cedis. And later, tax-related challenges continue to threaten Ghana's petroleum industry, with almost 46% of industry players decrying the impact on operations. Thank you for joining us. Details of our stories now. There will be dark consequences for the economy should organized labor press ahead with its indefinite strike scheduled for October 10. The strike by organized labor is in response to the government's failure to tackle illegal mining, also known as Galamsey, Although leadership of organized labor is yet to make an official statement after meeting with the president on October 3, there are fears the impending shutdown could significantly impact key sectors from public services to the broader economy. Financial economist Professor Lord Mensah is thus urging the government strongly to take pragmatic steps to curb the menace and save the economy from further destabilization.
I know the president will not wait for that to happen. I mean, otherwise, it's going to be a double cost to the country. Galamsey in itself is going to, create generational economic impact. I mean, negative economic impact. Very soon, we'll start importing water. And water being an essential commodity, it will go all around, so many years to hunters. And so if labor should go on strike on top of it, I mean, that would be a double dose to the economy. And gradually we're getting the economy to a halt, and we can't afford to, have that. So, I mean, probably the president would think through it very well.
Financial economist Professor Lord Mensah there. But President Akufo-Addo says Ghana's successful completion of its external debt restructuring should be seen as a return of the economy to pre-pandemic levels. Ghana has restructured 90% of its external debt after the high participation and consent solicitation of real bondholders in a $13 billion debt rework. Speaking on this development on France 24, President Akufo-Addo said the move marks a significant achievement in the management of the country's economic quagmire.
I think it's an important development because, first of all, it is a sign of the confidence that your creditors have in your economy. That 98.6% of those holding the commercial debt of Ghana have agreed on the reworking of the debt. That's what essentially the restructuring is about. They are going to, as from next week, exchange their bonds for new bonds which have a different maturity dates, different rates of interest. $13 billion of money was restructured as a result of this agreement. $5 billion equipment, 37% of the nominal value of our debt has been essentially cancelled. And another $4.3 billion of savings on interest will also accrue during the period. So altogether, you're talking about savings to the Ghanaian exchequer of something in the region of $10 billion. That's a significant amount of money. And what it is meaning is that Ghana's economy is now back to where it was before the crisis.
President Akufo-Addo there speaking on France 24. Away from that, and weighing in demand for treasury bills continue to persist, as latest data from the Bank of Ghana shows that once again the government missed its target by 2.3 billion Ghana cedis. This comes as government secured 3.6 billion cedis of its short-term instrument against a target of 5.9 billion cedis.
Per the latest auction results, this resulted in an undersubscription of approximately 38.5% in the sale of these short-term instruments. The uptakes for the 91, 182, and 364-day treasury bills were 2.9 billion Ghana cedis, 572 million Ghana cedis, and 189 million Ghana cedis respectively. Following a series of previous increases, yields on these instruments experienced marginal declines of 18, 12, and 16 basis points, settling at 25.46%, 26.8%, and 28.52% week-on-week respectively. Market analysts attribute the reversal in T-bill yields towards a downward trend to a rational response by investors to the Bank of Ghana's recent decision to lower the 56-day yield from 29% to 27%. This adjustment aligns with the Monetary Policy Committee's sharp reduction of the policy rate from 29% to 27%. Looking ahead, the Treasury has set its borrowing target at 4.5 billion Ghana cedis for the next T-bill auction.
That was Netele Neta Jaho of the Citi Business Desk with that report. Now, tax-related challenges still dominate the threats to Ghana's petroleum industry. This is according to Deloitte October 2024 Oil and Gas Industry Survey. The report highlights that 46% of industry stakeholders identify high taxes as the most pressing issue. Citi Business News' Emmanuel Opon has the rest of the story.
These challenges, according to the report, not only impact profitability but also hinder the overall growth and competitiveness of the sector. About 42% of industry players are advocating for tax amnesty. This, they believe, will create a more conducive tax environment for businesses. The report also reveals that about 80% of players require foreign currency to meet their payment obligations but encounter some challenges in acquiring the foreign currency. They cite high exchange rate as a limitation and argue that it will be very helpful if the central bank solve the issue of forex unavailability. The report further disclosed that approximately 91% of industry players believe local content regulations are sufficient or somewhat sufficient to promote and protect Ghanaian participation in the industry. However, only few believe the regime discourages foreign investment. Majority of top management officials in the industry believe that it is important for companies to disclose their ESG practices publicly. This view is further reinforced by the rating of 4.22 given to the companies for the importance of transparency about the environmental and social impact.
Emmanuel Pong with that report. Now, the government has established an online grains market to facilitate the distribution of food grants for farmers affected by the recent dry spell in the northern and middle belt of the country. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture has also deployed personnel to the affected areas to register farmers who may lack access to the online platform. This week, the government will distribute food grants, providing each affected farmer with a 25-kilogram bag of rice and a 100-kilogram bag of maize. Dr. Brian Champon is the Minister for Food and Agriculture.
For transparency and accountability of all transactions, input distribution and food distribution will be performed on the Ghana Agriculture and Agribusiness platform. This means to qualify as a beneficiary, you must be a farmer, and both you and your farm must be fully registered on the Ghana Agriculture and Agribusiness platform. You don't register your farm or a piece of land tomorrow and say you're a farmer, you are going to receive grants. No, that is not how it works. You must be a farmer in the 8 northern regions. The extension officers must validate that indeed you have suffered a loss through the dry spell before you will be a beneficiary of this.
You heard the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Brian Champon, ending the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle and Access Bank. But before I go, an update from the forex market today. The dollar is trading at 16 cedis 55 pesos. The British pound selling at 21 cedis 50 pesos. That of the euro could be sold to you at 18 cedis 20 pesos. My name is Ni Lati. Do have a good business day.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goyle brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goyle stations nationwide. Goyle Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goyle Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goyle Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who be feel? Good energy. Joy, dear.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast.
7:14 Citi Breakfast Show. Citi Business News brought to you by Goyle. Enjoy our Super XP fortified with a special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max using minimal fuel, and is suitable for most vehicles. As you journey along the road, look out for the Goyle station with the Super XP sign. Go fuel up with Goyle. Yeah, dear. Kickoff is next is brought to us by Zonda Technology, your one-stop shop for quality trucks, excavators, graders, bulldozers, and more. We have top-notch after-sales support. We have 7 branches across the country. Visit us on our head office, Accra, Tema Aflawo Road. Call 0501 773 333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana. This segment is also sponsored by Polytank. When it comes to water storage in Ghana, the name we all know is Polytank. Over 30 years experience, we are trusted by 3 generations and more. Go for guaranteed quality. Choose Polytank. Polytank near Papa No near caution. Polytank does not request for Momo payment online. And so Mr. Gben Abu is here with today's edition of Kickoff.
All right, Monday morning, welcome aboard to Kickoff. My name is Gabi Ofe. Coming up in the next 10 minutes.
Saka dribbles and send across. Abdul Karim, this is Kotoko! Albert Abua! What a goal for Kotoko! Kumasia Santi Kotoko! A 1-up at the Obuasali Glaze Sports Stadium.
2 wins out of 2 for Asante Kotoko now at the summit of the table with 11 points, more from the GPL Match Week 5 plus. The Black Stars are set to begin training today ahead of Thursday's big clash against Sudan at Accra Sports Stadium. And then we check our result from the English Premier League in tennis. We are on the wings of Shaw Lasheho, Zonda GH and Polytank Ghana, Papa Nini. Alright, let's start off with this. An A-players touchdown in Accra last night ahead of Thursday's AFCON qualifier against Sudan at the Accra Sports Stadium. Among the players who arrived are Jordan Ayew, West Ham's Mohamed Kudus, Leicester City's Fatah Isaku, Brandon Thomas Asante, Elisha Wusu, and Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo. While Mohamed Salisu and Jojo Wolacott are the other 2 players joining the 6, making it 8, and the team is set to begin training today at the Accra Sports Stadium in preparation for the match on Thursday. Well, the Black Stars have shipped in 10 goals in their last 6 matches under Otuado as they prepare for the upcoming clash with Sudan. Otuado was questioned about his plans to address the team's defensive struggles and prevent further goals.
I think we need to improve our defensive discipline to not to concede too many goals. And discipline comes with a certain attitude among the players. And this is my responsibility to teach the players to be very, very disciplined and demanding. Not only about themselves, but also about the others. And this is a little bit like one of many things which I need to break a little bit. And I know it's a normal thing in the Ghanaian culture, especially like if they are, let's say, senior players, this is a senior player and this and that, but, especially where I come from, like where I was born in Germany, it's not a topic. On the pitch, it's just about to play and to coach and to help each other and to criticize each other to make your partner better.
Well, off the pitch, in a response to a question regarding the controversial issue of illegal mining, also known as galamsey, in our water bodies, which poses a threat to Ghana's water supply, Otuado acknowledged the seriousness of the problem. However, he was quick to say that his team is focused on the upcoming game against Sudan.
To be honest, we have so many, and I think it's a serious problem, very serious problem, but we have to do and focus on our job. There are a lot of things which have also distracted maybe myself also. I'm questioning myself, or I was questioning myself, okay, what could I have done better? If, let's say, I have an accident, there's nothing I can do about it. But, there are other things and also other distractions to the team. And for us, to be honest, it's about focusing on Sudan and nothing else. After we win, then we can talk about every other topic, okay?
All right, so that's Black Stars head coach Otuado speaking there. Away from the national team in the Ghana Premier League, Kotoko climbed to the top of the table with a 1-0 win over Accra Lions at the Boasilin Clay Sports Stadium. Albert Tomoa scored the only goal of the game, finding the net in the 48th minute. And Kotoko's victory marked their second consecutive win, much to the delight of head coach Prosper Natilgum.
Very important because it gives the team confidence. It gives us an assurance that gradually we are taking charge of our home ground. So it's good that we've won back to back. It's a good signal for the team, and it's good for team confidence. And when the supporters are also coming, they know that the likelihood of a win is very high, so they will come in their numbers. Yeah.
All right, so that's Kotoko's head coach Prosper Natielgum speaking there. Well, Miedema Sporting Club lost their 100% Premier League record after being held to a pulsating goalless draw at home by Heart of Lions at the TNA Stadium. In Sochaman Town, Legon Cities by 3-1. Brecum Chelsea recorded a 1-0 win over Young Apostles. Mezaki Free's 72nd strike separated the two teams at the Golden City Park. Well, Vision FC recorded their first home win of the season after a 1-0 win over Basake Holy Stars. A quick run into the table, Kotoko top, 11 points, Biani Gold Stars second with 11 points, Miedema third, 10 points, Nations sit fourth with 9 points. And for the red zone, you have Vidiana Stars with 3 points, Dreams FC 3 and Legon Cities 1. We do some swimming, and the Aquatic Center at the Botiman Sports Complex will once again burst with activity on Monday, later, that's today, as it hosts the 2024 Africa Aquatics Zone 2 Junior and Senior Swimming Championships. Now, Ghana was selected to host the event after Nigeria withdrew from its role as the original host, and homegrown swimming talents such as Abeku Jackson, Giselle Mensah, and Harry Stacey, and other promising athletes are set to lead Ghana's charge as they aim to surpass their previous accomplishments at the upcoming championship. In the Premier League at the Amex Stadium, Brighton produced a superb fight back to come from 2 goals down and beat Tottenham in a Premier League thriller on the South Coast. Spurs look to be heading to a successive victory in all competitions as they deservedly led 2-0 after 37 minutes, but they bottled it with Brighton winning 3-2. Here's Spurs manager Ange Postecoglou.
Not really sure, but wherever it comes from, it doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant. It's unacceptable. At the end of the day, you've got to, like I said, you kind of understand that you're not going to win every game, but there are manners in which you lose games, and that's the first time since I've been here anyway that we've lost the game in that manner, and like I said, unacceptable.
All right, so that's Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou speaking there. Well, at Stamford Bridge, Chris Wood and Noni Madueke scored as Chelsea and Nottingham Forest played out a tactical and feisty draw at Stamford Bridge. The game was never short of drama, and it was sparked by Nico Williams, who pushed defender Mark Curea into Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca. Well, Chelsea will also get a £25,000 fine from the Premier League after picking up 6 yellow cards in the game, while both clubs will likely face a charge for failing to control their players after ugly scenes near the end of the match. Here's Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca.
I like the team, the way they are fighting. I like the team, the way they are becoming team in these kind of things. So I don't see any problem about that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but now we have, international break. We have time to see how we can organize. The good thing is that they are all ready, and this is important.
So that's Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca speaking there. Well, Aston Villa and Manchester United played out a goalless draw, with the Red Devils having lost just one of their last 26 visits to the Villa Park in the Premier League. Yes, United manager Erik ten Hag.
This is our 4th clean sheet in this season, and that tells something about the control we have in and out of possession, that we are organized very well. And in many games so far we created loads of chances. Today we didn't create that much, but we had the chances with Rashford before halftime, and after halftime we had a free kick from Bruno on the crossbar. And then also we have to see that in the end, when you defend like we did today, very solid, that you also you have some luck in the end.
United boss Erik ten Hag speaking there. Well, Liverpool consolidated their place at the top of the Premier League table with a 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park. Arsenal came from behind to maintain their phenomenal unbeaten record against newly promoted sides at the Emirates. Is 36 wins and 5 draws, beating Southampton 3-1 to keep their place, with Liverpool and Manchester City. Well, for City, they came from behind for a fourth successive Premier League home game this season, overturning a 1-0 deficit to beat Fulham 3-2 and preserve their unbeaten league start. In Spain, Madrid extended their unbeaten La Liga run to 29 games as they defeated Villarreal 2-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Barcelona also stretched their unbeaten run against Deportivo Alaves to 15 straight games after Robert Lewandowski's first half strike was enough to see them run out 3-0 winners in that game. Wrapping up with tennis, and Coco Gauff won her first WTA Tour title since January with a straight sets victory over in the China Open final against Karolina Muchova. Well, that's your sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and our next at City Sports JH. We'll be back later with Sports Flash at 5 p.m. Kickoff is probably brought to you by Shell, Leshell, Zonda JH, and Politan Ghana. Papa Nini. My name is Gabriel Fair. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded the deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, poor pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office. Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off their Flower Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see, no, he go buy motorbike too.
Hey, but you don't see, say, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know they maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch and brake. Where no. Wait me, wallahi, I no go tell him. Shell. Hey, well, wait, where you dey go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey.
Visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
I've got bell back and I won't let go. Just so perfect makes you do much more. Super absorbent and it's super soft. Nothing feels so
name is Nanama McBrown. I have found Bellpack tissue and I'm stuck with it. It's time you switch to Bellpack today and experience the perfect paper tissue. Bellpack, just perfect.
To be a Bellpack distributor, call 055-11-44400. Another quality product from Bell Aqua.
Anytime and place, nothing feels so good like Bellpack.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
Hey, Amma, so with all the skill you have in dressmaking and soap making, wouldn't it be a good idea to run a full-time business?
Sure. In this economy with so many taxes, do you think this insensitive MPP government cares about your businesses? I better go. I don't want to be killed by taxes before my time. Why?
You see the thing where I'm at the top. Charlie, small bets we are chop. Like if I see the tax where government take put for the money top.
Kwame is right. I can't even send my mother money for her medical bills now. Because look, the e-levy alone no be easy.
Oh boy, buy some ride, make I take do Uber. Go see the tax way day for the pots there. It cost past the right safe. COVID levy all day inside.
Me, I'm not surprised that the liar who promised to move the nation from taxation to production has come due. Elections have consequences, so as for me, I've made up my mind to vote for GM and the NDCO because I trust them to keep their promise to exempt small and micro businesses from VAT, grant 2-year tax holidays for new businesses like mine, scrap e-levy, COVID levy, betting levy, and emissions levy to ease hardship. In fact, I can go to the bank with JM's word because he is trustworthy.
Charlie Kojo, your mind for deal. It is time for change.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone.
Dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I can to take it through as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
I wish you nothing but love, light, and the skies continue to bright in your life. Wish our dear Mrs. Rhoda Victoria Afua Ashiabi, esteemed CEO of Volta Serene Hotel and Co, a glorious birthday. Rhoda, you're truly an inspiration, and your dedication to excellence shines brightly. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Numbers 6:24-26. We celebrate you today and always with love from all your loved ones and friends. To Mrs. Rhoda Victoria Afua Ashiabi of Volta Serene. Neria, you are the light that shines bright in the lives of those around you. Just like a candle illuminates the darkness, your presence brings warmth and guidance. May your inner light continue to inspire and lift others, and may your path be filled with the endless blessings of God. Happy 6th birthday, Neria Irama Anzewa Aduafu Ayi of Creator School of Tema Community 4 Tulip Class, from Daddy, Mommy, and your siblings, the boss chairman. Kwabna Frimpong Boateng has been speaking about Galamsey. He says the president should listen to Ghanaians and take decisive action. We'll deal with all of those and more. But the newspaper review segment was brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Every day is a new chapter to keep your dreams alive. Today, a tabletop owner. Tomorrow, a shopfront owner. Today, a student. Tomorrow, a bank manager. And the list goes on. And we at Fidelity will add value to you as you make efforts to make the world a better place. Our purpose is to inspire your success and collaborate with you every step of the way. Believe with us because
Just the same.
And have you heard about the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total Energies? Let me tell you about this premium fuel with this amazing 3-in-1 power. Total Energies is introducing Excellium new formula, the additive enriched with fuel of a 3-in-1 action. Cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. Experience the difference with the Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Now imagine launching your career, starting your own business, or embarking on advanced studies within 6 months of graduation at Ashesi. That's nearly every graduate's reality. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and they're leading successful careers regardless of what you choose to study, and Ashesi Education gives you a strong foundation for life. So visit hesi.edu.gh to learn more about the Ashesi Advantage. Remember, admission is ongoing. And now your energy-giving, great-tasting Lucozade has a great look. So a new look out for it wherever you are in the day. There is a sleeker, slimmer Lucozade Original 330 ml can. Same energy you've known for years. Go ahead and grab Lucozade and restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is a wonderful song.
I don't know if there's a better lovers rock song.
Well, I'm
you know,
sure
but someone hasn't done too many songs, but this one is really good.
Yes.
It's called Rock Away.
Rock Away. Wonderful song. I like it.
Yeah. It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. So let's wish it to somebody.
Yes. I want to say happy 40th birthday to one of my very good friends. I've known him for about a year, but we've become really close. Jeff Adia of Coco Palmin and 957 Daiquiri Bar in Usu. Jeff, I wish you the very, very best. You turned 40 today. We said at the party, you are now at the table of men because you are 40. So Jeff, happy birthday to you from me, from Gina, from your wife, Doreen, and the kids. We wish you the very best as you turn 40 today.
I also want to wish my good friend Brown a good morning. He sells Tom Brown for Canny's Eateries. And he sent me a very powerful package.
Oh yeah.
Last week. He sent me a quick baby. He also sent me Oblayu. And then he sent me the regular Tom Brown. Oh my goodness. KANNYS. It was a powerful. He gave me the family size. Yes. It was big. I needed Macho to carry it.
Needed Gagwa to collect.
My lord and my lord.
Today is 7th
of October.
It's Baumizi's birthday.
Oh, Dr. Baumia. Amazing.
Bawizi.
But I thought it was last week because they announced the birthday celebration from last week.
Maybe he's the vice president, so they have to build up.
So today is his birthday. How old is he today?
Oh yeah, today is the 7th.
You know what is funny?
Happy birthday to you.
When Baumia emerged on the scene, he was a young man. Ghana politics, you tell. When he emerged on the political scene, Charlie, he was like 44.
We're tired.
Charlie said it's not a young man anymore. But it's funny because in people's eyes, still a young man. He's a young man. But he's 61. He's 61.
So in 2008.
But he doesn't look like 61. He looks like some young man.
Happy birthday to him.
61. Wow.
You should have,
have
a good one.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
So he's been on the political scene for almost 16 years.
Yeah. So in exactly 2 months, we'll be voting.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have 2 months to election. 2 months to election.
Big day for him.
Yeah.
Big day for all of us. It's for not just for the whole country.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Of course, big day for him. Big day for him, yeah.
I see.
I can't believe he's 61.
Yeah, he is.
Because in our discussions, like, Bamia there is young.
No.
This is the one.
Well, man, sister, just also telling you that you're growing you.
I'm young.
At what age do people retire in Ghana?
in Ghana. Our president is 82, is still moving fine. So I don't think there's
retirement age.
I actually think if the president has not retired at 82, why should he retire at 60? Because president is the most difficult job in the country.
Yeah, they say you have too many people supporting you to make your decision, so you bring a lot of wisdom.
But that's what I'm saying. If somebody can be a president at 81, why can't somebody be a lecturer at 70?
Oh yeah. So that's why they take you on contract.
Yeah. I know people are like, oh, we need to let the young people work and that kind of thing. We should expand the economy. But it's how many? Even if somebody retires at 65, it's not a fresh graduate who's replacing him.
Oh, certainly.
So for me, if the people have quality, they should keep them. Yeah, let's find a way.
You find that in the legal profession, you know, a lot more.
You should go and sit at home and do what?
Yeah. Oh no, they still teach. They come around. They do all kinds of things.
We should come up with a special fund to pay
They never actually retire.
Yeah. Particularly those in the knowledge economy.
Yes.
Because
they never actually retire.
The older they get, sometimes the better
you
because
become.
they get more experience.
Oh, yeah,
I interviewed one last 2 weeks on the point of view, Professor Oting, I'm not sure the second name, but he is a botanist.
Okay.
I mean, the guy was talking about galamsey. His mind was sharp, and he said he's white, but he didn't sound like he was that old.
Yeah.
So Charlie,
wisdom comes with.
So let's find a way. So the president is 82.
Yeah.
He's strong, pound.
Yeah. He's very concerned about the sub-region, though.
You know, he's been a foreign minister before, and I feel he enjoyed that role. I think he did.
Perhaps he enjoyed it a bit too much.
Because you remember when he was foreign minister, there was a time where he was chairing a UN Security Council thing.
Yeah.
So usually when you come to African leaders, if you look at the current leaders we have on the continent, he's probably the most experienced. If you think about international diplomacy background.
In the sub-region, yes.
Even on the continent, how many are like if we talk of classmates, like you say, oh yeah, me too. If you take presidents in Africa today, how many presidents Nanado Tipen, is that how they say?
Yeah.
Are you my co-equal?
Yeah.
How many are his co-equal? Think about it. Maybe Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, because even Nigeria is not his co-equal.
No, I don't.
A lot of the West
in terms
African
of pedigree.
If you look at a lot of the francophone countries, Senegal is 44. A lot of the francophone are below 50. Let's go to Southern Africa. Eastern Ruto is not that old. South Africa itself. Ramaphosa is not Akufo-Addo's. Maybe Botswana is a new leader as well. Yeah. All right, where are we? Zambia.
You're talking pedigree in international politics.
Pedigree and yes, like in terms of if he walks to a UN meeting, how many people remember him?
Oh yeah.
If you take Africa, maybe Paul Biya. But Paul Biya is older than everybody. He's older than life.
Yeah, but in terms of the exposure that he had before becoming president, I think that's where we.
No, Biya's whole life is president. Biya's work experience is president.
Biya, the majority of the time he's either in Switzerland.
No, you don't get what I'm saying. Biya's work experience is being president.
I know.
So he's only president. He hasn't done anything else.
Well, but I guess whose birthday it is today as well?
Who?
Vladimir Putin.
Oh,
oh no!
Yes,
oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, Putin
that's also somebody of significant international pedigree.
1952.
But me and Rasputin they share. But me I'm going to swear affidavit. Hey, Rasputin they share birthday. No, Charlie, no, sorry.
That powers relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Oh no. Cyanide cause cardiovascular disease. Like a you them can agree with and the future way they live for them. Wrong. No more destruction of the motherland. No more destruction. Pollution of the rivers and streams. No more destruction of the motherland. No more destruction. Pollution of the rivers and streams. To our leaders, listen to the people and the voice of reason. To my viewer, me walk over, you know, say what I mean in life for we. When the forest gone away, tell me how we get in that war. I dey feel am for my soul, and I'm
right, so let's start with London. Over the weekend, Ghanaians living in the United Kingdom joined the growing anti-Galamsey protests. The demonstration was held in front of the Ghana High Commission to raise awareness about the devastating effects of illegal mining on Ghana's environment and communities. The protest saw a diverse group of participants, including students, professionals, and community leaders, united by a common cause. This is a report filed by Lourdes Alexandra Opong.
Now, the 3-day hashtag Stop Galamsey Now, hashtag Free the Citizens Now demonstrations are being held not just digitally, but also physically across borders. In fact, I'm standing at the entrance of the Ghana High Commission in London, which is serving as a venue for diasporans, Ghanaian immigrants, and supportive nationals from other countries to collectively demand for the immediate release of approximately 50 detained Ghanaian citizens, some of which were actually exercising their constitutional right to protest, as well as calling the Ghanaian government and the Ghanaian presidency to immediately halt all mining activities. Now, initially, the focus for the demonstrations was to do with illegal mining, locally known as Galamsey. However, regulation has proven to be quite poor because 60% of Ghana's water bodies, according to the Water Resources Commission, have been deeply affected. And so concerned citizens are taking a more holistic approach in terms of the demands. They're asking for mining activities to completely stop, whether licensed or not, because it's safe to say that once upon a time we did have very clear waters, and now we have brown, murky waters comparable to the hot chocolate beverages that are, ironically enough, sourced by Ghanaian cocoa beans. Now, diasporans are typically criticised for being out of touch with local matters or local problems. However, safe to say from this turnout, people do care beyond the borders. In fact, we're actually going to speak to some of these activists, protesters and concerned citizens, as well as diasporans, as to what they have to say about everything that's happening, especially with hashtag Stop Galamsey Now and hashtag Free the Citizens. And it wouldn't be a protest if you weren't actually hearing what the individuals that are present have to say. What are some of the measures you think the government, or suggestions that you think the government should definitely put in place in terms of tackling this issue that is Galamsey?
I think the government should really implement immediate protocols such as closing Galamsey sites. I feel like Galamsey is a real issue. Me personally, growing up, whenever I go into my dad's hometown is Afwaku Jacobu, if you know, it's in the Ashanti region, and there's 2 rivers which you encounter, River Fin and River Da, and basically when you see those rivers, like always going to my hometown, it was disgusting, like to see it was always brown. For the past like 12 years since I started going to my hometown, I've never seen it clean. So the government should really enforce like a lot of banning and like complete closures of these illegal mining sites.
I'm here with one of the lead conveners for this demonstration. That is the Stop Galamsey Now, hashtag Free the Citizens Now protest in London. Tracy, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well.
Fabulous. And what do you think about today's turnout for the protest?
I think it's definitely very good. It's a lot more than what I expected. I think when you're planning, you don't really truly understand the gravity and the weight of what you're doing until you see it in person. And so to see all these people who have come today, I am really happy and really impressed and glad.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask, you're clearly very passionate about what's happening in Ghana, regardless of the distance. What are your views on the need for a call to a state of emergency?
I think at this point it's definitely long overdue. I think like many of us were saying in our speeches, water is an essential thing. Do you know what I mean? I think we as humans, water you can't live without. You can try, but at the end of the day, water is an essential, regardless of where you are, where you're from, who you are, your position. Everybody needs water. And so unfortunately to see the country as it is, where people are turning their taps on and water's coming out brown, people are going outside the river, other water bodies are brown. You know, people need that water for their farming, produce, bathing, hygiene. I think the fact that in 2021, 60% was already corrupted alone. Imagine what it's like now, we're in 2024. So I think a state of emergency, yes, it's a must. At this point, it's a crisis.
In a big country where the river flow clean, the pull up is and the dig up the earth.
So that was Lourdes Alexandra Opong with a report from the UK. Let's now take you to the day 3 of the Democracy Hub protests in Accra, which was focused on freeing the 53 and also drumming home the Stop Galamsey Now message. CEO of Delex Finance, Joe Jackson, was part of the protesters who also held a vigil after the demonstration.
It is a public outrage ignited by what many describe as the poisoning of the country's water bodies by illegal mining activities, also known as Galamsey. For what started as a social media advocacy, the hashtag Stop Galamsey Now has sparked a series of demonstrations in Accra against the illegal mining menace and the subsequent demand for the release of some protesters who were on remand for alleged misconduct during an earlier demonstration. Day 3 of the protest commenced at the Okpong Global Station amidst chants and display of placards to drum home their concerns.
Free their citizens! Free their citizens! Free their citizens! Stop Galamsey now! Stop Galamsey now!
The group marched through some principal streets of Accra in high spirits. At the airport police station intersection, they made a stop to pay tribute to pressure group Democracy Hub protesters who remain in police custody until the next court appearance. What started peacefully nearly turned chaotic as some protesters resisted the designated route by the police.
The young people of this country will not sit down and watch you misbehave and put the law into your own hands and do anything at all that you want. This is unfair. You are being unfair, you are being wicked, you are being hypocrites.
Chief Operations Officer for Delex Finance, Joe Jackson, is worried the country's economic woes will worsen if the menace is not promptly addressed.
As a person in the financial space, I want you to paint me a picture really what could be the worst case scenario so far as our finances as a country is concerned if you do not tackle the menace of illegal mining as soon as possible.
Well, now think about it, right? All of us are concerned about the value of the cedi, aren't we? Now, you know that Galamsey is threatening our cocoa, right? There are other issues, but Galamsey is the main issue threatening our cocoa. What happens when our cocoa drops? The cedi will depreciate even further. Think about it, right? Our aquaculture is going. If we can't export pineapples, yam, cashew, what have you, what is going to happen? Our exports drop. The cedi depreciates further. When this happens, we also have to import more food because now the food we'll be buying will be unhealthy. What happens? There's even more pressure on the cedi. So you see, this issue is not just a matter of water. It's a financial issue.
Amidst concerns about the lack of political will to combat Galamsey, this is what the NDC parliamentary candidate for Ayawaso West Ugon, John Dumelu, had to say.
I don't want to compare, but of course, during the NDC time, I don't think the water was this polluted. And so that's why we were saying that Nanado, who is the head, Nanado, who is the president, he should do something about it because forever and ever, I mean, he said, of course, he's putting his presidency on the line. And so I don't think he wants to leave this kind of uncouth legacy.
The march continued unabated and the voices of the protesters grew even louder. And while at it, Communications Director for the Democracy Hub Group, Nadine Swa, expressed satisfaction about the turnout.
What will be your assessment so far as regards the numbers you have recorded today? The participation.
I am so happy, ecstatic to see the number of people out here today. It is just unbelievable. It is unbelievable that this number of young people are ready to fight for their life. It is just awesome. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. So many people don't like what is going on, and today they have shown it.
The effects of Galamsey on our water bodies and the environment are glaring, but this perspective...
So, as a proud virgin, God listens to our prayers faster than the average Ghanaian. And I've been praying for this nation for the past 29 years. A virgin, if you go into the Bible, you could realize that some of these prophets were virgins. And that was how they were able to correlate with God more. But right now, my life is at stake. My life as a proud virgin is at stake because our waters are being polluted. And I am not ready to die a virgin. There is a life to be lived and there is a target to be achieved. If I die a virgin and I go to God, what is he going to ask me? So why didn't I use my virginity? And I'm not ready to use this now because I'm not ready to answer questions, you understand? So as far as I'm concerned, Galamsey needs to be stopped because my virginity is at stake.
The protesters believe the call to action against Galamsey is a civic responsibility, more so for young individuals.
I feel if for anything at all, protests should be able to sensitize people as to what exactly is happening, and the fact that people are getting or they are becoming aware of the situation on grounds would help us, even if the government or the people in charge are not, they don't feel it's an emergency yet, right? So I feel the sensitization enough, the sensitization itself is enough, and people are now becoming aware because the crowd today sort of brought a lot of attention to the whole cause. So I think all in all, it's a good cause. I believe so, yes.
So there is a narrative that Ghanaians are timid, we are meek, we only sit on social media and vent, but we do not really come out in our numbers to drum home our messages. Does this change that narrative for you?
Obviously. I mean, I don't know which sort of the world they live in or how they perceive things, but I feel that for online, there's a whole online community, and if wherever there's a community, even if it's virtual, it can translate into the physical space, right? And then that's what we are seeing now. I mean, the organization of this thing was done in a matter of days, right? But then you can see thousands of people coming out to support the cause. So all in all, I feel that if they feel that people are just ranting and not seeing what is on ground, the fact that they've even been aware of the situation and the fact that they've come out in their numbers to support the cause, I mean, it should be something that they should learn.
All right, so more on this as we proceed with the show. 2 minutes past 8. It's time for tech and social media trends. Caleb will give us who is the sponsor first.
Ghana Telecel as well as First Bank Ghana. The Telecel More Money promo is still ongoing. 1.2 million Ghana cedis is up for grabs. All you need to do is to opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500. Visit the Telecel Play app and you stand a chance of winning. If you reload your mobile using your Telecel cash wallet or make payments onto your fixed broadband account, you could also stand the chance of winning. T's and C's apply as a promo that's regulated by the NLA on the Caritas lottery platform. Also, if you are sending money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria and Sierra Leone, it is very easy on the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System PABS through First Bank Ghana. So visit any of our branches, transfer your money and it will be received in good time. You can also receive same through the same medium. Call this number 0596 921 921. First Bank, you first.
All right, let's get into the trends for the morning. Yep. So hopping off that report we just heard, hashtag free the citizens, hashtag stop Galamsey now are very high and prominent in the trend. Saturday was the third and final day of the protest, against illegal mining, and you had so many people coming out to protest, to lend their voice to the calls that are quite strong. For us here at Citi FM, we've also contributed a bit. We've said a lot about illegal mining. Let's see what will happen there. Staying with matters in the news or general matters, hashtag Baumia at 61 is trending. The vice president turns 61 today. Hashtag GMB 2024 is also here. For lovers of popular culture, congratulations, Wani is trending. She won the Big Brother Niger, the most recent one, over the weekend. So for followers of that, I'm sure you are very, very, very happy. To some sporting trends, and Aston Villa in the trends, they drew goalless with Man United. Tottenham Hotspur in the trends, they lost 3-2 to Brighton after leading 2-0 there. Chelsea and Chelsea related themes are in the trends. In Kunku, Ward-Prowse, hashtag CHE, NFO, Forest, all of those things trending as well. Former Man United player David De Gea also trending. He now plays football in Italy. He's the goalkeeper. Saved 2 penalties over the weekend, and now people are talking about that. They are saying that, but wait, why did Man United let him go? So De Gea trending as well. To some tech news. And when you are not in school, or when young people are not in school, they miss out on the lessons, but also the opportunity to meet with friends and all of that. So to bridge that gap, a Norwegian company called No Isolation has developed a robot called the AV1 robot. Now, it can take a child's place in class. It will serve as the child's eyes, ears, and voice, and it will help them stay connected with their classmates. Now, it looks like a blank, simplified version of a human head and torso. It can rotate 360 degrees. It's fitted with a camera, microphone, and speaker. Teachers place it on a desk, and the student controls it remotely using an app. They have a password which is unique to them, and through the robot, they can be in class, see what's happening, communicate with their friends, even though they are very, very, very.
Everyone will want to be home, so they communicate through the No Isolation robots, right?
Well, so that's that, and it's been used in some countries. For example, in the UK, there are some schools that are using it, or some children are using it as part of their school.
I mean, especially if you've had some terminal illness, you have to be away from school for a long time. You can still plug in and still get in touch with your friends.
So that's that. Now they say that the student who's home can talk to the teacher or their classmates through a speaker, and the app has a raise hand option that makes a flashlight on the robot's head. So it looks like a very interesting innovation for those who may miss class and may want to still communicate with their friends and teachers.
You're looking for a bank to rely on? Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. We say to banky be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Kind of way, tell you so the more money promo nabo.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in for free and reload your mobile and broadband and be the lucky winner of the 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize. Also win cash prizes of up to 3 million Ghana cedis in the daily and weekly draws. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500, or you can opt in on the Telecel Play app. The more you reload, the higher chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Keep loading, win, and be a millionaire.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent,
Omnibus.
Omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi, you mean Omni Basic? OMNIBSIC. Omni Basic. Let me hear you say it.
Omni Basic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omni Basic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omni Basic Bank has the final word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omni Basic.
At your service.
Keeping your smile healthy and strong is important to Colgate. That's why this month, Colgate is giving you an opportunity to get a free dental screening. We want to help take care of your oral health beyond just brushing your teeth daily with our products, because we believe our smile is our strength. Our dentists are here for your smile. Please note that the dentists will screen you and provide advice around how to manage your oral health. There will be no procedures or treatments done. Visit Colgate Ghana on our Facebook page to find out more. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Bosu, long time.
Yeah. Hey, go and say mu yenyomo. Na before na land mu bi wa.
Oh, Gold Spy XP. Tregu Gold Station bebre mu Bosu.
Oh, fantastic. Super XP.
Quality. Super. Gold Super XP. Bosu, ube feel.
I like that.
Gold Super XP, quality fuel that brings you choice and takes you further. Ideal for most vehicles and fortified with special additives to help your engine perform better and consume less. It's available in many Gold stations nationwide. Gold Super XP, woo feel ya, ha, woo me feel. Goil, good energy. Ja, ya,
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Has the exchange rate not exposed Dr. Baumia and the NPP? At the end of December 2016, the cedi to dollar exchange rate was 4 Ghana cedis to $1. Today, it's about 16 Ghana cedis to $1. This is more than 4 times the amount of cedis one needed to buy $1 in 2016. Today, as a result of the free fall of the cedi, many businesses have lost significant amount of their working capital, with many collapsing in the process. Did they not say yeti sikaso?
Yeti sikaso. Omenyo hiamai enam amemua enkoyeji.
Ghanaians are worse off as prices continue to soar on a daily basis. Putting food on the table has become a daily struggle. The hardship is real. It's time for change. Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's 13. This is the banger released by Adam, helping with the campaign. Now, a couple of quick things before we get back to the issue. On the occasion of the 2024 Customer Service Week celebration, Zenith Bank says thank you, dear valued customer, for your trust, your loyalty, and for giving us the opportunity to serve you. We are committed to always going above and beyond in our engagements and products and service to you. We look forward to many more years of an ever-evolving relationship with you. Thank you for banking with us. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. When you insist on quality, every choice matters. That's why Bellpack paper tissue are the perfect companion for those who demand the best. They offer the softness and strength you need for every occasion. From tea rolls and kitchen towels to pocket and facial tissues, Bellpack's got you covered. Make the switch today. Enjoy the ideal paper tissue with Bellpack. Get a Bellpack perfume toilet roll today and enjoy a fragrance-filled bathroom experience. Call 055-114-4400 or 0551-144-400. Bellpack tissues, another quality product from Bellaqua.
Now, are you ready to make your retirement dreams a reality? Say hello to a life filled with relaxation, tranquility, and endless possibilities at Lakeside Hills. They've got great retirement homes, 2, 3, 4 and bedroom homes developed in a great environment, sports complex, pharmacies, malls, children play areas, and all of that. Get in touch with Lakeside Estates. They are your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year on 050-141-8622 or visit their website lakesideestate.com. Lakeside Hills, live your best life. Now, did you know that more than 65% of households in Ghana use harmful sources of energy for cooking every day? That should not be the situation. Puma Gas is on a mission to replace these daily unhealthy practices with cleaner and healthier cooking solutions. They have the Puma Gas Cylinder Exchange Program designed to align with the policy from the Ministry of Energy and the NPA. Just take your empty cylinder, go there, and you are guaranteed a new fully filled cylinder, safe and hassle-free. Because with Puma Gas, a good exchange. Old Mutual is telling you to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual retirement salary plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. Call them on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh or simply dial *789*01# to get more info. Old Mutual do great things every day. And if you are in the final year of high school, or you're a grad, or you're a student with big dreams of studying abroad, go to the IDP Education Ghana's Steady World Expo. It's happening on the 12th of October between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. at the Mervyn Peck Ambassador Hotel. You meet reps from over 50 unis from Canada, the US, Australia, and UK to find out all the wonderful things they have for you. Register at idp.com or call 0596-012-360.
Still on the Galamsey issue, former Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, has been speaking on the matter at the recent Yam Festival organized by the chiefs and people of Asogli. Here are excerpts of his speech.
President of the Republic, to heed the call of citizens, civil society organizations, professional, academic, research institutions and trade unions to bring an end to the destruction of our forests, farmlands, water bodies, and associated biodiversity. The very existence and future of Ghana are at stake. And Mr. President, I know you care. There's one thing I know very well, which I want you to note. That disobedience and destruction of nature will not be endured for too long. Soon, the holy and righteous God of nature, who rules over all creation in the universe, will destroy those who violate his creation. Finally, I would like to call on all political groupings, especially the ruling party, to ensure that the general elections in December this year will be free and fair, without any attempts by any group to subvert the integrity of the electoral process and its results. Our citizens should also be wise and avoid destructive behaviors and violence during the election.
Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng speaking there. A few more voices joining the issue. Toxic chemicals on Galamsey linked to infertility. This story I read earlier. I just want to give you more angles to this. Experts are raising alarm about the impact of illegal mining on fertility rates in both men and women in Ghana, attributing the issue to harmful chemicals used in mining processes. According to Dr. Rudolph Kantum Adageba, president of the Fertility Society of Ghana, exposure to toxic substances such as mercury and cyanide, commonly used in illegal mining, could significantly affect reproductive health, leading to infertility, abnormal DNA, and other long-term health complications. During an interview with the media on the 7th Annual General and Scientific Conference held in Kumasi on Sunday, Dr. Dageba called for stricter enforcement of mining regulations to mitigate these growing concerns. The sort of chemicals they use in Galamsey can affect the reproductive system. Heavy metals, when they enter your body, can affect the DNA of your sperm and the egg. The DNA is the genetic code that gives the information to the type of organ that you develop. So if that DNA becomes defective, children may be defective. In fact, it doesn't relate only to IVF. Even natural conception, those who conceive naturally can get these things, he stated.
You know the rivers and streams in a big country where the river flow clean.
Then another one, nationwide strike against Galamsey will proceed despite Akufo-Addo's plea. This is coming in again on citynewsroom.com. The General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, Thomas Musa, has assured organized labor, particularly NAT's resolve to ensure their intended strike action against illegal and irresponsible mining comes off on October 10 as declared. Speaking in an interview with City News, June Duncan in Accra on Friday, Thomas Musa explained that the decision to embark on the strike action and protest in spite of organized labor's recent meeting with the president. President Akufo-Addo, in a meeting with the leadership of organized labor on Thursday, 3rd October, pleaded with organized labor to be patient with his government as they work to find a lasting solution to the menace. Organized labor wants the government to declare a state of emergency in all mining areas, revoke the Environmental Protection Regulation 2022, which allows mining in in forest reserves, withdraw all licenses that had been granted for prospecting of mining in forest reserves and protected areas, and set up special courts to prosecute perpetrators of Galamsey. Thomas Musa, who was not at the meeting, explained that collectively as a group, they still stand by their previous demand on the issue of illegal mining. What's the definition of more time? With the people dying, what will happen to them? It is for us to make a decision. It's between life and death. Organized labor, we have all agreed, and that is what NAT is standing by. We agreed that there should be a state of emergency on illegal mining. We stand by the decision of organized labor on the protest, he added.
Oh, no, 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 no. Cyanide cause cardiovascular disease. Look at you, them
Another one coming in, and all of this is just telling you the build-up as the 10th approaches. So I read this again, I'm going to read it for you. Lawyers, judges must lead Galamsey fight. Most Reverend Dr. Boafo, the Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabena Boafo. Godfrey, that's your name. Kweku Boafo is Kwabena Boafo. President or presiding bishop of the Methodist Church Ghana has called on lawyers and judges to take a lead role in combating illegal mining. He characterized illegal mining of Galamsey as an ecological injustice and urged the judiciary to safeguard Ghana's ecology from potential harm. The Most Reverend Dr. Boafo made the call during a church service in Accra to usher in the 67th legal year by the judiciary, noted that environmental harm in Ghana was not a natural occurrence but a consequence of human actions. He emphasized that the damage inflicted on Ghana's forests, rivers, and ecosystems should deeply concern everyone, including the judiciary. When we are calling for environmental justice, we are calling for fairness and the best care for the environment that sustains us. You should be champions of equity, justice, and fairness, he told the judiciary. Now, the 67th legal year is on the theme, building the pillars of justice delivery through leadership, innovation, and technology. The Most Reverend Boafo pointed out that individuals in high places encouraged and recruited the youth to engage in environmental destruction in their pursuit of gold. He also recalled that there were numerous cases of illegal mining currently before the courts. Our role is to make sure we secure this nation while we seek to defend and protect the people and sustain the environment. The consequence of what we are doing to the environment has dire consequences, he said. The Most Reverend Boafo noted that illegal mining has led to various health issues, including cancers, deformities in newborns, and contamination of water sources, particularly in rural areas. He stated that those involved in this are committing a grave injustice against us as a people and as God's people. As we enter the new legal year, it's our responsibility to ensure that justice prevails to promote peace. Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonusaki, Diana Asonabadapa, Deputy AG, and Mr. Achampon Boafo, so that's another Boafo, President of the Ghana Bar Association, took turns to read the first, second, and third Bible readings. Now, I'm giving you all of this to demonstrate the growing breadth of the campaign in terms of various groups coming in. Now, here's another one, which is what do you call it? A petition, an online petition. I'm going to read it. This petition has been started by what is called the Climate Justice Team. All right. Stop Galamsey, protect agricultural lands to ensure food security and safety. So let me just read a brief on this, why this petition matters. To stop the illegally mined gold trade from Ghana, 10 killer gold to save lives. Galamsey, illegal mining, is largely responsible for the pollution of our water bodies, which consequently is leading to low food production, food price spikes, and contaminated agricultural produce, especially in the Galamsey-prone regions of Ghana. The destruction is not only an environmental disaster, but also a significant blow to food security and human lives. This petition seeks to raise global awareness of the dangers linked to the illegal extraction of gold, into brackets killer gold, and the urgent need to halt its trade, cease buying killer gold from Ghana to stop the deadly impact of illegal gold mining. The term killer gold, and quote, reflects the devastating health and environmental consequences of gold extracted through Galamsey. This gold is termed killer because its extraction comes at the cost of human lives and health. The use of highly toxic chemicals such as mercury and cyanide in the mining process poses severe health risks to miners and surrounding communities. Mercury exposure leads to neurological disorders, respiratory issues, and developmental problems in children, while cyanide contamination of water bodies poisons drinking water and aquatic life. Additionally, the Galamsey operations often occur in unsafe conditions, leading to fatal accidents and long-term physical harm to miners. The ripple effect of these practices extends beyond the miners, as polluted rivers and destroyed farmlands expose entire communities to food insecurity and chaotic and chronic illness. With less lands available from farming, the country's capacity to produce sufficient food for the population is severely compromised. Ghana agricultural productivity records consumer price indices of commodities and natural food import statistics show that major Galamsey regions, Ashanti, Bono Afo, Eastern, Central, and Western, recorded lower food productivity and corresponding higher prices or higher consumer price index than the national average from 2012. Over the same period, the contribution of agriculture to Ghana's GDP is declining inversely with mining. Furthermore, the destruction of surface and underground water through toxic contamination and pollution by Galamsey poses significant health risks to consumers of food contaminated with mercury and other heavy metals. If the contamination remains unchecked, Ghana's agricultural produce, especially those for export, could face rejection in the international market due to safety concerns. Contaminated soils and water sources can affect cocoa production, reducing yields and compromising the quality of cocoa. Heavy metal contamination can lead to rejection of exports, jeopardizing the livelihoods of thousands of farmers, reducing the amount of foreign exchange obtained from cocoa. Export of fruits and vegetables are also at risk. The threat to food security and safety and economic stability is real and imminent. Galamsey poses a significant threat to food security and economic stability. The destruction of arable lands, contamination of soils and crops with mercury and other heavy metals, and potential rejection of export underscores the need for immediate action. So here's the call. We therefore call on the government and relevant institutions in Ghana to take immediate and stringent measures to stop illegal mining. It is also essential that the government embarks on reclamation of all degraded lands. This is critically important in advancing all three dimensions of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals: social, economic, and environment, and more specifically, goal number 2, end hunger and achieve economic security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Your support is important. Sign this petition to take a stand against illegal mining in Ghana and demand reclamation of degraded land to prevent agricultural productivity decline and food insecurity. So this is the petition, Stop the Killer Gold Trade to Save Lives. You can go online and join the petition. Now, before I take you to the UN in Ghana issued a statement on Galamsey, but let me take you to the Thomas Musa audio that Jude Duncan held. So Jude Duncan of Citi News was talking to him about organized labor's resolve following the meeting with the president on Thursday.
Organized Labour has reaffirmed its intention to proceed with protests and a strike action on October 10 in response to what they see as the government's failure to adequately address illegal and irresponsible mining activities. This decision follows a meeting between President Nana Akufo-Addo and the leadership of Organized Labour, during which the president requested more time to resolve the issue. In an interview with Channel One News, NAT General Secretary Thomas Musa made it clear that their demands have not changed and the strike will go ahead as planned. From that said meeting between Organized Labour and the president, we know that the president appealed to Organized Labour to give him some time in trying to find lasting solutions to the Galamsey menace the country is currently dealing with. What are your thoughts as an association around the president's call for a little more time, some patience in finding solutions to the menace?
Today's date is 10th. Today is 4th October.
The president we are having the elections on the 7th of December. So what's the definition of that more time? So these are questions that people will be asking. And the question is, will the people die? Will death ask what will happen to them? What will happen to them? So the issue, like I have said, it is for us to make a decision. We are between life and death.
So if I get you correctly, as things stand now, NAT is still opposed to, you're still calling on this, you still have the same demands.
Four things organized labor we all agreed on. And that is what NAT is standing, we stand by it. Organized labor, we all agreed that number one, there should be a declaration of the state of emergency. That was the decision, or that is, not even what, that is the decision of organized labor. Number two, that is a state of emergency. Number two, that the LI mandating people to go to the forest reserve should be revoked. NAT stands by it.
And then the next question would be, so then as things stand now, you are still geared up for the December 10 strike and protest as organized labor announced. Oh, sorry, October 10 protest and strike.
That is the decision of organized labor. That is the decision of organized labor. So whatever, once NAT is a member of organized labor, we stand by those decisions.
So that was Thomas Musa there. Now, the point is not only are Ghanaians in the UK protesting, not only are people signing online petitions. Yep. There's a statement from the United Nations office solidarizing with the people who are asking for Galamsey to stop. Caleb, if you can take us through.
Yes, please. Charles Abani is the UN resident coordinator for Ghana and issued a statement, and it reads, illegal and unregulated mining has devastating economic, social and environmental consequences. We have seen this across West Africa, and Ghana is no exception. Among other things, it exacerbates poverty, damages livelihoods, pollutes the environment, negatively impacts health and water, disrupts peace and fuels illicit financial flows. We call on all protesters to maintain a peaceful and responsible approach, and on the police to maintain professionalism in protecting law and order while upholding human and civil rights. We call on all leaders in Ghana, in government, national institutions, political parties, traditional and religious institutions, civil society, private sector, and all citizens across all opinion spectrums to work together to address this challenge. Ghana must succeed. The UN in Ghana supports all actions in line with the hashtag Pact for the Future, including on sustainability, on climate action, the environment and pollution, that secure a peaceful, brighter future for people, the planet and generations yet unborn. This is our collective ambition. Hashtag responsible mining, hashtag sustainable development, peaceful protest, public safety, do no harm, our common future. It goes on and on.
That's quite impressive. So the UN in Ghana has written to support and to reiterate the importance of something that needs to be done about this one. So time check is 8:32. I just wanted to mention another one, but let me come in.
Before that, it's good we are hearing from all this. What Scott matters, whom we have not heard from.
We haven't heard from the president still properly.
Yes.
Because, in fact, in his interview, he didn't mention Galamsey.
And it looks to me like the persons who have the mandate to run some of the sectors that are key to this are also they don't talk about it. So the Minister for the Environment was at an event last week on
Minister for Environment.
Yes, on Ophelia Hayford-Mensah.
Okay.
Yes, MP from Fansima. She was at an event for that dealt with land reclamation and illegal mining. And the question was put to her thoughts on the illegal mining. She said there's a committee that has been formed.
That was the answer.
Yes, so the committee should come and talk.
This is unbelievable.
This is the Minister for Environment.
It
is interesting that the Minister
But did she read a speech on her own? And that speech already did contain anything about galamsey.
She was at an event.
If it's an was she the guest speaker?
Yes, she's the minister.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If the event is on what you said, then she should have even given a statement on it.
So she says that she has no comment on the matter because there is a committee.
She has no comment on galamsey.
Yes, there's
as
a
Minister
committee
for Environment
at an event that was dealing with land reclamation from illegal mining.
Oh Lord!
And Madam Lydia Sarah Malasan, what's she doing this morning?
Sanitation.
Who is water resources?
Water resources, same.
Oh, so it's water resources and sanitation.
Yes.
I forget.
Water resources. Water resources.
Wow.
I don't know what her thoughts are on this matter.
So the key government actors who are supposed to speak to it.
We heard from Mr. Jinapo. He has said what he wants to say, then he's gone quiet. But there are joining ones.
But can you blame them? If the president is not talking, why would they talk?
You see?
If the president went to a GJA event and they directly spoke to him, he decided not to say anything. He went to do an interview for France 24. He only gave a comment about the protest and the fact that they were detained and that type of thing.
And he spoke about the sub-region that he's very concerned about.
That's what I'm saying. You see, you are so right when you say, and I think we shouldn't even ventilate that interview because it's disrespectful to us as Ghanaians because all Ghanaians are asking for one thing. If he hasn't come to speak on air to tell us or respond to us, he's gone to France to speak to their channel.
No, he was here.
Wherever he was. And he's basically talking about Sahelian issues. Which are okay.
Which concern you.
But we are sitting here asking for decisive action on something that is destroying. Even the Densu recently is now under threat. So for me, I think that we should not be even airing that interview.
No, it's not even a matter I want to do. My issue has to do with the names I'm mentioning because, you see, it's true that the president hasn't spoken. But if the president hasn't spoken, does that mean that once he hasn't addressed a certain matter, the persons he has appointed to look after those things also have no say on the matter? Are they puppets?
But don't you know in Ghana, everybody's looking over their shoulder. So they are taking a signal from the president. So once the president has said that the answer to galamsey is silence, his ministers who
So the Minister of Environment wants to tell me that until the president tells her that there's a galamsey problem, she cannot see that there's a galamsey problem.
She's there at the what's the law word? No, there's a word they use at the pleasure of the president.
I refuse to buy that, Bernard.
That's what they do.
I refuse to buy. I refuse to buy that. The persons who have been put in positions of authority to run key sectors of this country cannot think on their own 2 feet by themselves what they independently think of the sectors that they supervise, simply because what they think might be contrary to what the president thinks.
Yeah, because they are there to implement the president's policy. And if the president's policy is see no evil, hear no evil, talk no evil, why are you going to say anything?
So, Madam Sarah Malasan hasn't seen the water?
I'm sure she has.
She doesn't have any thoughts?
You even said your environment minister was at a program on land reclamation.
Yes.
And said that she will not make any comment on galamsey because the committee is working. That should tell you everything you should know. So the truth is that they are not committed to the fight. They are not interested in fighting it. And the other point is, even the people who are appointed to these positions, all right, look at it.
That's the second point.
So what's the track record of your environment minister in environmentalism? Maybe she was
she's a policewoman
who used to do. We are told her experiences in the area of Interpol and stuff.
Yes.
You know, sometimes sensitive ministries like environment, you need somebody beyond technical to have a certain interest.
This was
in the area.
You've gone to the second leg of the point I was going to make, because when the vetting was held, I made this point at the time. You didn't agree with me.
Okay.
That for certain positions, based on the global importance and even just the general importance of those sectors, you require somebody who has sector-specific know-how.
Yep.
2, has a genuine interest
in the area.
Good. I don't think the MPP is short of environmental people who are environmentally conscious, who have the know-how. So that they are able to make change. You see, because here's the thing. If you remember, I made the same point when we did the gender ministry appointment, when I made
We're
the
always
point forcefully
concerned
that
about
we had not appointed the correct people to the gender ministry, because
for a long time, actually.
Yes, unless you live
probably with the exception of the
on a different planet, the most topical issues globally today
are all gender inclusion,
diversity,
all these things,
environment, climate change.
Yeah, big ticket items now.
Science and tech, AI, which is why the world is flipping. Regiska is doing the best that he can with that change at the moment. He's going towards that trend. So why is it that when it comes to those sectors, I made the same point even for sports.
Yep.
Which is why we end up with what we have in these spaces. So we have a water resources minister who is perhaps facing the single most
serious
threat
to
the resource that she oversees.
Yes, she can't talk.
She can't talk about it. Has no independent thoughts of her own
at all
on the matter. Well, if the thoughts are not independent, at least let us hear from you within these times that, oh, okay, I've been here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. We are trying to do A, B, C, D. We have an environment minister who is running away from the matter. Happily.
It's serious.
Happily. We have
a lands minister who has decided that he will
do his own thing.
Because he started, I think he did a meeting, and then he raised the issue around the state of emergency, and then had to sort of backtrack quickly and say he didn't suggest anything, and then therefore there's no there's no leadership in the space.
In the space.
All right. And for me it's
which is why I am mentioning him this morning. So this morning, Member of Parliament for Mfansiman, who is also the
Minister for
Environment,
Technology, Innovation.
Find me the full.
So Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation.
Hey! Huh?
MESTI. Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. All of these things.
And
I'm telling you. And she says she has no comment. It's serious.
This morning, MP from Fansiman, bow your head in shame.
It's serious.
I'm telling you. Then
water resources.
Ayawaso West Wagon, Member of Parliament, who is Minister for Sanitation
and water
resources. They see everywhere in Ghana is dirty. She has struggled with that one. Then we have the water problem. No comment. Madam Sarah Malasan, please, this morning, bow your head in shame. Wherever it is you are this morning, I greet you.
So those are 2 points. There's more information coming in on the Galamsey. So far what I've done this morning is to just itemize the various groups that have added their voice. So the Ghanaians in UK held a protest on Friday. Citizen Democracy have held its third straight day of walk demonstration over Galamsey and freeing of the 53. Then Professor Fimbo Mboating was speaking at the Yam Festival for the Asogli state, and he also added his voice and he asked the president to heed to the cause of Ghanaians. Labour has been speaking. Thomas Musa of NAT has been telling Citi that they intend to go on strike on Wednesday as planned. Then the UN in Ghana has written a statement solidarizing with those who are fighting Galamsey. Then we just read a petition online against illegal gold. All of these happening at the same time.
Sky something. Sky. Parliament. Both sides.
When are they coming back, Seth?
They're coming back. Is it this most likely?
I think it's 15th.
15th.
Was it 13th or 15th? It's 15th, Monday.
13th is 13th. No, it can't be Monday. It has to be Tuesday or.
No, these days they come on Monday.
No. Those are special arrangements. So
but it was 15th.
No, I had the date.
I think the speaker said something on illegal mining by himself.
It has to be the 15th. 15th is Tuesday, 15th. Yeah, most likely.
I will, let me.
Are you sure 15th is Tuesday?
15th is Tuesday. I'm looking at
so 12
check
is
for me
Saturday, 13th is Sunday, 14th is Monday. So 15th, yes, Tuesday. All right, now I just wanted to...
Both sides. I wanted to ask him if both sides of Parliament... You see,
have they said anything?
It's important. You see, because these are one of those moments where we must let people know where they stand on the side of history on this matter. We will not allow you to hide on this matter. This is not one of those matters where we will allow you to say 2 years from now you tell us that oh, I was one of those. No. You will not be one of those. Put your name out there. Issue the statement. Put your signature under it and let us see. If we don't see it, you are not one of those. Those who wanted to be counted, they sent the statements. Plenty. They all signed it.
There's more coming.
It is important that we hear from the representatives of the people. We've heard from some of them on their campaign trails saying all kinds of funny things. It will be interesting to know what the leadership of the House also says on this matter. Thank you.
Things are building up. So, and I just need to explain. So while the 10th of October is approaching, where the planned strike has been scheduled, there are non-related strikes also happening. Now, the Public Services Workers Union of the NIA division have sent a notice of strike for today. Then the cocoa carriers are also striking from today. Now, there are so many different strikes happening that we may lose track, but it seems as if productivity in Ghana is going to suffer quite seriously if all these strikes are to happen concurrently. Before I come to these two strikes, there was a story you read that I thought was quite interesting, that some traditional priests were also going to join the protest.
About 2,000 of them have indicated that they're going to. Sorry.
Wow.
I can give you some details of the.
So they issued a statement.
Yeah. The story is on some of the portals. Over 2,000 fetish priests to demonstrate over Galamsey menace. Apparently, there is an association, the Fetish Priest Association of Ghana, FPAG, has threatened a nationwide demonstration to protest the destruction of lands, water bodies, and forests caused by illegal mining, also known as Galamsey activities. The group, which numbers over 2,000, will unite fetish priests across the country in an unprecedented event. Now, in an interview with Ikwe Otingam Ponsa on Kasapa Kasie, FPAG President Kwaku Bonsam warned that the demonstration will be accompanied by curses on those responsible for the environmental destruction. He stated that within 2 weeks of the protest, the wrath of the gods will be evident, resulting in the loss of lives for perpetrators. Now, preparations are underway to finalize a date for the event. Following the demonstration, the group will petition the Minister of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, as well as the Ministry of Sanitation, which will be forwarded to the President. This comes after the group's earlier caution to the government 2 months ago. Meanwhile, Ghana Catholic bishops and organized labor have also threatened a nationwide strike and demonstration by October 10 if the issue remains unresolved.
All right, so that's another group joining.
I mean it's important to comment on this. You see, we are.
It's not priests.
Instead of fetish, traditional priests.
We are just telling them that next time I meet them, they should change their name to traditional priests.
They are not fetish priests. So it should be from FPAG to TPAG.
To TPAG, yes.
It is important because we have a huge proportion of our people in the space that believes in the authority of African gods, the ones we call the smaller gods. And we do know that often these deities are either in the rivers or in the forest, and they play a key role in ensuring environmental sustainability and all of that. What I find troubling is that many of the things that are happening in these spaces where these traditional priests have wield a lot of influence and authority. Exactly. So
they have spaces.
Exactly. So it is important that we hear their voices, and if that will come with some consequences, as J.J. Rawlings would always say, from that quarter, we need to see that, because it should not be the case that people go desecrate, sacred environment, sacred, water bodies, sacred forest reserves without consequences. There must be retribution, and I urge them to lead the campaign and do what they must do. If people have to be hauled before their courts and consequences flow, they should do that.
Thank you for that. I wanted to bring a parallel discussion. So as organized labor braces up for their strike on Wednesday, there are about at least 4 parallel strikes which I think deserve a mention. So for example, the Ghana University Association of Administrators, GAUA, sent an update on their strike. All right.
Okay.
And I'm going to read portions of this. So it says, the members of the Ghana Association of University Administrators are hereby informed that the current strike action continues due to GAUA and the government team's inability to agree on issues that form the basis of the strike. Now, the Ghana Association of University Administrators executives were invited to a 2-day meeting on Tuesday, 1st and 2nd October, and Wednesday by the government team led by Minister for Education to resolve the strike issues. The joint meetings were also attended by other striking non-teaching labor unions in public universities and public technical universities, such as the Senior Staff Association of University of Ghana, SSAUOG, Federation of University Senior Staff Association of Ghana, FUSAG, Teachers and Educational Workers Union of TUC, TUC, and then the Technical University Senior Associations of Ghana, TUSAG. All right. Now, so these are about 5 unions meeting. GAUA presented its issues as indicated in our press release dated September 16, declaring the strike. The government team requested an adjournment of the meeting on the first day to enable them consult. The meeting was reconvened on Wednesday, 2nd October. After 2 days of deliberation, an MOA, Memorandum of Agreement, was prepared for the union to sign to take immediate steps to call off the strike action while government addresses the concerns of the unions. The GAUA leadership at the 2-day meeting could not sign the MOA because it did not reflect the issues of concern in our declaration of strike press release. Noting that the MOA was going to form the basis for future engagements, the GAUA was disappointed that its concerns on the payment of online teaching supports allowance, disparities on the placement of single spine structure, and harmonized allowances that were contained in our press release declaring the strike did not find expression in the MOA. National Executive Committee at its meeting on Tuesday, 3rd October, reviewed the outcomes of the deliberation of the GAUA meeting with the government team and directed that strike action continue until the issues of concern to GAUA are adequately addressed. We are by this update informing members of the association and the public that of our decision to continue to stay away from work until the issues of concern are addressed. So, gentlemen, the universities are going to be ground to a halt.
Yeah, they are not back in school. I have a number of my wards in the university.
And they are home.
They are home. Although accommodation has been paid for and all related things paid for some reason, government is failing to reach an agreement with them and they are home. And the fear is that if organized labor also declares
their strike
together with the rest of the unions, then what it means is that the situation would endure for a while. So for some reason, you mentioned a number of ministers today.
Yes,
for some reason, we are not hearing from the minister responsible for education or the minister responsible for employment. Of course, maybe they are saying things behind the scenes that we're not hearing. A couple of days ago, we spoke to the head of the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Is it Fair Wages and Salaries Commission?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly, okay. Or the Labour Commission.
There's a Labour Commission.
Yeah, the Labour Commission. The former Member of Parliament for Kade, the Honourable Fosu Asamoah, on some of these, the turbulence we're seeing across the Labour front. And it would seem that in a concerted way, this government is failing to deal with the agitations we're seeing. For some reason, they are preoccupied with wanting to break the 8, yet the job they have been given now, for some reason, they are not finishing the 8. They are not finishing it. Yet they are thinking of breaking the 8. I don't know where this is coming from. 2 months to an election, you are preoccupied, you are on the street, you are in the villages campaigning and saying all the things you're saying. Yet the job that you have been given, it would seem that
everybody's gone on leave.
People just don't seem to care. I mean,
it's serious.
It showed itself in Parliament where some of the MPs were not showing up for sittings. They were rather campaigning, and people were complaining.
But there was a story you read today. No, but there's a story you read today.
They are busy in the
that one MPP was saying that they need their MPs to be in the constituency 4 days in a week.
Yeah. Yes.
How are you going to attend to Parliament duty if you're in the constituency 4 days in a week?
Yes, that's a challenge. And if you monitor parliamentary proceedings during the last days of a government, you see that often.
So should we close the country down so they can go and campaign?
No, we shouldn't do that.
But Parliament can sit down remotely.
The government has got to understand that their mandate remains until the midnight of the 7th of January 2025.
They don't misunderstand the mandate too. But the truth is that they don't want to do anything. So they don't. It's not as if the law you are telling they don't know. They will use that mandate to do things. For example, this week I've received multiple complaints of new mining licenses issued in forest reserves. Despite pleas that the LI be revoked, it seems as if there's been an increase in the number of mining licenses being given to mine in the exact places that we are fighting.
That brings me to an issue. You know, last week there was a texter. It came in from Elizabeth, who sought to know whether we could build a connection between the gold reserves we are building at the Bank of Ghana and the issue of illegal mining. Thus far, we have not received any position articulated by the Bank of Ghana on the matter. And it is troubling because last week, Friday, Franklin Kujo also sought to draw some link between the gold reserves we are building and the endemic nature of illegal mining. Now, that is very, very troubling. If there is an unofficial position
to promote it so that we will get more gold.
Yeah, it is. I think that the Bank of Ghana owes it a duty and a responsibility.
Explain.
Exactly, to come and explain to us whether that is really the position.
To be fair though, I heard Deputy Governor at Parliament in the previous quarter, this is around July, was grilled quite extensively on the Gold for Oil program by the, I think it was Public Accounts Committee. It was live on television where he was asked to account for it, to explain the basis for it, and whether it was working or not. And I recall Abeji and Co. asking Maxwell Opoku-Afare a lot of questions about this. Now, of course, that was at the time, Galamsey was not topical, so the grilling did not include a Galamsey angle. But I'm just putting on the record that they have come out to explain the Gold for Oil program and the approach they are using and where the monies are being paid to, as the Public Accounts Committee required. But I think your point is still legitimate that in the face of growing calls around Galamsey and the building up of our gold reserves, there should be some clarity on whether the gold is officially purchased from licensed producers or whether illicitly procured gold could have found its way into our reserves. Very legitimate question. Let me do a quick interview whilst we stay on the subject. This is still the Citi Breakfast Show. Reverend Kwesi Day is the General Secretary of the Ghana Charismatic Bishops Conference. They have issued a holy letter that they wrote a couple of, I think it came out yesterday, and I just wanted to touch on some of the highlights. Our prayer for Ghana is a communique with about 10 paragraphs, and basically the Charismatic Bishops Conference pray earnestly for Ghana to be a God-fearing nation, praying that Ghana will be a nation of people with love, fear of God, etc., etc. Then they quote Psalm 117 verse 10, and then they start taking on specific issues. The first issue they deal with was the issue of diminishing returns, economic activities that destroy pastures, destroy farmlands, destroy forests, destroy rivers, and destroy the environment. And they pray that our nation be delivered from having only diminishing return activities that degrade our lands, deplete our fish population, empty our mines, and finish our oil reserves. Reverend Kwesi Day, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. Good morning to your listeners as well. It's always a real pleasure and a real privilege to be on your platform.
So who are the Ghana Charismatic Bishops, and how different is that from the Apostolic Fathers? Because they issued a statement a week and a half ago on Galamsey. This seems to be a different group.
Yes, this is a different group. The Ghana Charismatic Bishops Conference is over 100 bishops across Ghana that form the Bishops Conference. They are eminent clergy, and they discuss matters that concern the country, social, economic issues, and periodically, as you will have seen, they issue these statements as well. And their belief is that to get the nation Ghana to move forward, the spiritual must be allied with the secular. And so they pray for the country, and they also use their experiences in a variety of spheres to influence the different matters that are concerning the country. And that's where some of these communities come from. They are mostly charismatic churches, and they are represented across the 16 regions of the country, representing something in excess of 2 million charismatic Ghanaian Christians.
So this letter, which is a prayer for the country, is seeking to achieve what? Are you so is the letter to God or to the public? Just explain why the letter is in the form of a prayer.
Why the letter is in the form of a prayer because the issues that we're faced with, I think we all generally know them, and we are calling all the powers that be to come and help us to be able to solve them. I think to date, we have issued a lot of pleas. I've been following the campaign that you are very valiantly dealing with on your platform for the last several weeks. A lot of pleas have been made to public and the president and all of that. And we also want to add, not to negate, but to add to those pleas, this holy plea. And as prayers always go, as much as the prayers are to God, they are prayers. So the things that we speak, the things that we say, I think it communicates the things that are on the hearts and the minds of all Ghanaians. And so in one form, we raise the issues, and in another form as well, we present these issues as pleas to God, for God to help us be able to direct it. Because the Bible does tell us that we should pray for all men that are in authority. So we think that's something that we are enjoined to do very, very clearly. And that's why we've chosen this slant to issuing the plea both to the public and more directly to God on these particular set of matters.
So you raise about 10 salient issues concerning Ghanaians, which is all well and good. But there's a sense in which somebody is asking, you have 100 bishops, you have over 2 million members. Beyond this holy letter, shouldn't the bishops be mobilizing people? For example, the Catholics are doing a prayer walk, and they are going to present a petition at the Flagstaff House or Jubilee House after the walk. So they are raising awareness, and then they are also praying. So they are praying, and then they are petitioning. Shouldn't the charismatic bishops be doing something similar in addition to the prayer you've written? Because you have 100 members as leaders and over 2 million people as your flock. I mean, if you got a 2 million man march on Galamsey or whatever issue you raise, would that not be more effective?
I would like to, honestly, the march that the Catholic Bishops Conference have put up, I've read about it, and I would like to commend them. We always call the Catholics our fathers. They were the first, it's the Catholic Church, it's the first church, the Church of St. Peter. So we really commend what the Catholic Church is doing, and we support it. But what I would say at this point, what we're doing is we're very much in line with what even I would say the Catholic Bishops Conference has done as well, is that they've raised these issues, they've done some advocacy, they've put these things in writing, and then they've amped up, and now they're doing a march. So the realms of a more public, visible advocacy, like you're suggesting, with a march, is not out of the realms of our consideration. But at this moment, this is what we're doing. But that is not totally out of the realms. And it's the issues that concern Ghanaians are very much an issue that concern the bishops. And that's why they've put this statement out in these very clear terms. One of the reasons, and I like to add that as well, why we've sort of not spoken necessarily or exclusively on Galamsey per se, is that we have, as much as we've been following the campaign, we are also realizing that the issues that are bringing this up are actually multifaceted, and the solution to them should be looked at from that same multi-pronged approach. So there are a variety of issues that are bringing it up. There, some of them are plain old economics, the type of economics you studied in Legon, and some of them are very social issues. So we are taking that same sort of multi-pronged, multi-approach to the matter and to the solutions. And that's why our prayer touches on a number of different things. That's why there are 10 paragraphs touching on all these variety of things. It raises the issues of the environmental degradation that we're seeing, the underlying reasons for it, and how we would like to see those change. So that's the approach that, by the grace of God, the bishops have been led to pray in, and that's what has informed the communique that's been issued.
So should I take it that beyond the letter, you are prepared to join any civil action, or I don't know why civic or civil, I'm confused now. Action
it's not something that I will rule out, but it's also something that I can't tell you now because I don't have that permission from the conference yet to say we are going to do that, or it's being considered as the next step in something. But yes, it's not something that we will rule out. But at this point, as I speak with you, there isn't a decision on a time or a day for some civil action in that sort. But I like I said, it's not something that we are against or we've ruled out. But if the bishops, as they continue to look at the matter and continue to interact with a variety of different groupings in the country, come to a point where they deem that necessary, I believe that they will join it.
Thank you, Reverend Kwesi, for talking to us. He is from the Ghana Charismatic Bishops Conference. They've written a letter outlining 10 key issues, including the destruction of the environment by Galamsey. In fact, that was the first issue they raised. And that letter is from about 100 of them who represent bishops of charismatic and Christian churches. 5 minutes past 9, we're still on the Citi Breakfast Show. So while we're discussing Galamsey, there's a parallel story of strike actions. Now, I've read for you the letter written by the Ghana University Administrators. NIA staff are also on strike, which is quite troubling because we understand that there was supposed to be a new registration of membership for the NIA if you wanted a card for people who were even below 18. I think they were beginning a process. Yeah. So to have the national, or to have the association of senior staff, or whatever they call them, let me just read the letter.
Yeah.
Notice of industrial strike action commencing Monday, October. So I don't know if you have this.
Yes, please.
Public service workers. If you can read some highlights for me.
So they're saying that after exhaustive patience and repeated demands, we regret to inform you that your unacceptable failure to operationalize the newly approved scheme of service has compelled us to take this decisive action beginning tomorrow, Monday, October 7, 2024. By extension, all our members will not avail ourselves to work beginning tomorrow until the scheme of service is fully operationalized. The SOS, which was painstakingly approved by the PSC within 2 weeks in record history, in the month of March, remains a vital tool for our collective survival and progress. Management's obstinate refusal to implement this critical document is a blatant betrayal of trust and a direct attack on our well-being. On September 9, 2024, we wrote to your good self requesting for a meeting to discuss, among other things, the roadmap on the implementation of the scheme of service. No feedback was received. On September 17, 2024, we wrote to the board chairman and copied you demanding urgent redress to, among other things, the migration of staff onto the new scheme of service by September 30, 2024. We have since not received any feedback. The Divisional Council, acting on the instruction of our members, has therefore resolved that beginning tomorrow, Monday, October 7, 2024, we shall lay down our tools in protest for the full operationalization of the scheme of service. Notice is hereby served and be informed accordingly. By this, all members of the NIA Division of Public Services Workers Union of TUC Ghana are required to comply with this directive. Edu Treme Kwabena is the divisional secretary. He signs this with the divisional chairman, Francis Nyazagro.
Okay. So it's getting more and more serious. This is nothing to do with Galamsey, but I think it's also equally concerning. So NIA staff on strike, Ghana University administrators on strike, cocoa carriers on strike. It's almost as if everything is conspiring to grind things to a halt.
Well, if we were not having the, this Galamsey issue, and everything we are doing around it, I think it would be fairly regular to have
this type of
situations in the
election year.
in an election period,
Yeah.
because then you can push your demands a bit more firmly. You know, so most of these organizations tend to use this period. So I think is what has exacerbated it is the Galamsey situation and other organizations who have come together to say, look, if you don't deal with this matter. But you know, it's also left me thinking, and let me say kudos to the Christian community on this, because
The religious community.
well, I'm speaking specifically to the Christian community because I haven't been to a mosque. I don't know what is happening there.
What he's trying to say is that a lot of the churches have
started
the
preaching.
Catholic groups.
Okay, then you should also acknowledge the priest.
Let him just finish his point.
Let me finish my point.
Because I don't
No, I'm just saying that I've realized that there's, you know, there was a day when I did a program on using the pulpits to push.
And there's a lot of that now.
Yes, like yesterday in a lot of churches,
they were talking
and I
about
think the past 2 weeks, basically every sermon you would hear.
And people forward them a lot. So
Will
now people have decided to use the sermons to deal with the social
Yes,
issue.
we'll have a line or two about this. So congratulations. If it's been happening in the mosque as well, congratulations to them, the whole entire religious community. And I'm happy the traditional priests have also entered the fray, because traditionally they are the custodians of the land.
And it's terrible, the kind of things happening in
Yeah.
these forests now.
And then another thing that occurred to me, you know, Bernard, is it that the government doesn't know what to do with this to solve the problem?
I actually think the government has given up.
Then
I have this feeling because of the question you ask about, because in any normal year, in any normal country,
yes,
this is like third week of sustained media advocacy about a practice, which has had almost 60 groups writing about.
Citizens
Churches,
are engaged.
mosques, everybody, and there have been 3 days of protest. First, there were 3 days of protest, arrest, another 3 days.
Yes.
There's protests in London, there was protests at UN. So this is becoming like you could say a middle class revolt against the government.
Yes.
And I have yet to see a cogent response.
It tells me one thing, Bernard.
They've given up.
Aside the giving up, when we did I would be very happy to hear what the review of all the Galam Stop Operation Halt, when this, because you see, if they had done the review back then when they completed those processes, they would know that, okay, this is what worked, this is not, this didn't work. So to deal with this matter, you need to do this here, you deploy this person here, okay, drones don't work, this one works. So there would be a more effective response.
Yeah, but, you see,
but a clear lack of action.
You see, the reason this is not forthcoming is that, you see, everybody has they've given the government a simple route. We know there has to be a technical work done on how to salvage the situation in the long term. But people say declare state of emergency, place a moratorium on mining, revoke the LI, and then regroup. So the regroup phase is what you are talking about. So the government
let's deal with the first two.
The government doesn't even have to get to the stage of saying, how are we going to decide to now reclaim the land? No, what people are saying is that stop the distraction, stop the bleeding. It's like somebody's brought you bleeding. Stop the bleeding, then patch the person up, and then let's think of how to prevent the guy from getting to that situation.
Because that difficulty lets people start thinking. Why don't you want to stop the bleeding?
Let me read something.
What are you thinking about? What is more important than stopping the bleeding?
So, Bryce Simmons posted something.
Oh, okay.
Which people have said to him multiple. It says, everybody in Ghana now knows that the government has ramped up the issuance of mining licenses. Between 1988 and November 2022, only 150 licenses were issued in Ghana. From 2022 to date, more than 1,400 licenses have been issued. In sound policy analysis, however, you don't end there. You connect the dots. Is this just increased efficiency, better tech, or what? And why is there any problem with increasing legal mining operations? Detailed analysis shows that this massive ramp-up is due to an increase in political pressure on the Minerals Commission. For instance, in 2019, The Mines Ministry approved 100 plus small-scale mining licenses and nearly 20 mining licenses. Yet, the Minerals Commission only confirmed 1 mining lease and 14 blocks. Now, let me read this again. In 2019, the Mines Ministry, which is the ministry in charge, approved 100 plus small-scale mining licenses and nearly 20 mining leases. Yet the Minerals Commission, which is the state agency that directly is in charge of regulating mining, confirmed only 1 lease of the 100 plus and 14 blocks for small-scale mining. The mad rush to issue licenses clearly started after 2022 when it was made easier to mine in forests. So look at the airline.
You link it.
Clear political overriding of technical decisions making. Was the ministerial change in February 2021 a trigger? That's another good question. Why is this an issue? Mainly because the number of inspectors at the Minerals Commission and the Mining Department of the EPA have not increased enough to match this expansion. Yeah. Clearly, there has been little thought paid to inspections. So look at the layers of this. Last year, there were barely 38 qualified Minerals Commission inspectors for the whole country.
Do they have 100 now?
After the government sacked 9 district mine inspectors in 2017, yet they were able to issue 1,400 licenses. What kind of inspection was done by these 38 guys? All right. Unsurprisingly, mining inspections dropped significantly over time in some mining hotspots. For instance, in 2016, there were 138 inspections in Bibiani. In 2019, only 386 inspections of surface mining operations took place that year. That's barely 1 inspection per day in the whole country. It takes years to train a qualified mining inspector. There's a limit to how many effective inspections can be each can conduct over a period. It also takes time and personnel to review new applications. More on this, 10 years ago, there were about 220 personnel at the Minerals Commission. Today, that number is still less than 300. Are you following me?
Yeah.
How then is it that the agency is able to manage? How then is the agency able managing an increase in workload of more than 10 times? Is this reasonable? Then he shares pictures of some of the district offices taken last year. You see where so let me summarize what he's saying. Between 1988 and 2022, which is a period of almost 88 to 98, 10, 2020, 2018, 34 years. In a 34-year period, only 150 licenses were issued in Ghana. In a 2-year period, 1,400 licenses have been issued. So, why? Then he checks by the capacity of the... Then he also brings another problem. The mining ministry in 2022 approved 100 small-scale mining licenses and nearly 20 mining leases. And yet the ministry, the agency supervising it, approved only 1 and 20. Then he now looks at the specific number of staff who are inspectors. The whole Minerals Commission has less than 300 people. So if you are doing even 300 inspections per day, how are they going to inspect? Who are they using to inspect? So that you can conclude from this that the licenses are being issued by pressure from the ministry over the commission. And the commission doesn't have enough people necessarily to do the inspection, which leads to the approval. So you can conclude that approvals are probably being done without the necessary technical inspection, which could be the reason why the level of devastation in the past couple of years has risen to levels where now you're seeing water bodies get destroyed in a very, very significant way. So I feel like the facts is put out. The Minerals Commission needs to come and address this. So what are the questions for them? Number 1.
How many inspectors do they have?
No, that's not even the first question.
What types of licenses are there?
He broke it down. Okay. So there's the small-scale licenses, and then there's the typical large-scale mining license. So my question is, the Minerals Commission should publish, maybe from 2021, the number of small-scale mining licenses and where, and also large-scale mining licenses. Number 2, the number of inspectors they have and how many inspections they did before approving those licenses. Because if you give a mineral license to somebody, obviously you have to have inspected and continue to inspect what they do.
Yeah.
To make sure that they don't pollute the environment. Yeah. Now, that disconnect between the number of licenses issued and the number of staff they have, did they recruit inspectors from other commissions like EP or Forestry Commission? Yeah. Where is the information on this? Failing that, you can conclude from what Mr. Simmons is saying that clearly the mad rush for licenses was not because of any technical decision, but purely because of political pressure from the top. Yeah. And I think that also goes to the heart of why there's a reluctance on the part of the government to respond to what we're saying. Because if you, on one hand, are increasing the number, and he says that it coincides with the LI, which means that some of these licenses were given for people to mine in forest reserves, because the LI came in 2021. Do you understand my point? Yeah. So 2021-22. So right after the LI, you've seen the growth in the numbers. So maybe the LI was what paved the way for the issuance of these licenses, which is now happening in our forest reserves. So you have to connect the dots. I think the Minerals Commission have a very a lot of questions to answer on this. I don't remember the last time. I think he was on a media program a few weeks ago, but we've tried to get him for interviews, and it's been quite difficult to get the Minerals Commission to talk.
Bernard, question. Can a DC apply for a license to mine within his jurisdiction?
That's a good, I don't know.
That's a question the Minerals Commission should be able to answer again.
Yeah, because it's a good question, because the DC may be part of the supervision of whatever is done in the district. Yeah. So if he is given a license to mine, there could be conflict of interest, because if, and again I'm not sure of this, but if you are the DC and you own a concession, how are you going to ensure that the person doing the mining, if it's your own company, is supervised the same way? That doesn't mean DCs don't build houses.
Right.
Okay, so I know you can't say that if you're a DC you shouldn't get building permit to build a house, but I think that the particular nature of supervising this mining in communities may be difficult for a DC with a mining license to actually do a good job in policing the system. I don't know what you think.
I think there's direct conflict there. You know, the position of practice and the law on conflict of interest is simple. You should not put yourself in a position where there is a likelihood that your personal position would conflict with the official position you have, or there is an appearance of that, or there is the presence of that. So where all those three, or at least one of them, is satisfied, then there's a problem. So if you are the district chief executive and you are the security head of a particular district, and the operations of your company is likely to impact the environment in a way which ideally you, as the head of that particular institution, you should be able to deal with decisively. If you find yourself in that position, there is real likelihood, or there's a presence of the same, or there will be an appearance of the same. That is why you find that in many cases, when you occupy these positions, there's a demand on you that first of all you should declare your assets, and then also the practice is that you should create a blind trust, so that trust will be handling businesses or business transactions you have been involved with long before coming to public office. You understand?
So you think it should not happen?
It should not happen.
So if any DC or MC is found to have a license or is mining somewhere, what should the Minister for Local Government?
What would most likely happen is the DC creating a company, which company is separate in legal identity, but which company should not and must not be run by the DC, because you cannot run your...
So someone will front for him.
Exactly. So maybe that is what is happening.
But you're saying that it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. It should not happen.
What do you think of the multiple reports of increase in issuance of mining licenses of a small-scale nature, and how it coincides with the LI which was passed, and the fact that there aren't enough inspectors in the Minerals Commission to effectively police these? Because don't forget, when we went to the mining site, one of the things that tends to happen is that people finish their mining and you expect them to do the right thing. And I was interviewing one of the chiefs. So somebody can go and do it and abscond. And I don't know if the inspectors have a certain system of ensuring that once you finish, if you haven't been passed to have done the right thing, maybe your gold is held. I don't know the system of inspection. So there doesn't appear to be that much supervision. So that if you have 1,400 licenses issued in 2 years with only 38 inspectors, you can reasonably conclude that there's no proper inspection being done, which is probably why more and more water bodies are being destroyed. I just want your take on that, and whether the Minerals Commission do not owe us a more detailed response.
You see, this is a very, very serious matter, and it requires surgical investigation to actually draw all the possible links there may be with what we're seeing on the ground. My understanding is that the OSP is investigating some aspects of this particular matter, because if you have such an exponential increase in the number of licenses being issued, and you look at our environment, the level of destruction that we are seeing, and the suggestion that the number of or members of staff at the National Minerals Commission, the Minerals Commission, we've not seen any corresponding or significant increase in the number of people there. And also reports we hear that a lot of politicians in the current administration and those in the opposition are either directly involved in financing or supervising illegal mining or are doing it through proxies. Then there is basis for us to be concerned and to throw the searchlight there, because that is the source of the problem in part. Because if you have the people who are supposed to look over the flock, they themselves are not herbivores. They are carnivores. Then there's likely to be a problem.
When they are wolves, watching over sheep.
Exactly. Then there's a problem, because you cannot trust that they will not bend the rules
to favor themselves or their acolytes.
Exactly. And that seems to be what is happening. Repeatedly, we have heard big names drop and linked to this whole menace of illegal mining. We have heard some institutions of state say, they are going into those matters. Some of the people are currently being prosecuted. But we have not seen a forceful, robust action, executive-wise, to deal with the problem. Now, that should trouble you. Because it is only when they are involved, either directly or indirectly, that they will be slow to deal with the problem. Or someone close to them who is not necessarily a politician, but who is controlling the things behind the scenes, who is actually giving the orders that, hey, this matter, back off. Because, look, this government came to power on the back of 1 million or so votes between the presidential candidate and the losing candidate, John Dramani Mahama. And many of those people happen to be, middle-class individuals.
Yep.
There was a major shift in terms of how Ghanaians voted as to sweep the NPP into power. As we speak, it is that middle class
that is calling for
becoming aware of the dangers of illegal mining, that is conscientizing this nation, leading the charge that go and do something about illegal mining.
The government has given up.
And yet the president continues to sit like Chamberlain, hearing no evil, seeing no evil, and doing nothing about the problem, asking for more time.
Even that, not officially, because the asking for more time was to organize labor in a meeting that the media was not at.
Yeah, that's right.
You see.
But our sources tell us...
Now, I'm not even saying you are wrong. What I'm trying to say is that what is sad is that there's been a sort of what shall I say? A build-up of angst against this thing. And there's been over 2.5 weeks of sustained commentary, calls, and statements. The first citizen of the land has not found it worthy to respond to that.
Exactly.
In official capacity. Which is why the point he raises about the ministers, and it's also problematic. It means that the posture of the president determines what everybody else does.
Yeah.
Now, you can then conclude that the government is not committed to dealing with the problem. Because if the president is not speaking, the ministries are not saying anything, they basically want to wait out to see what else we can do. Because it's like, Charlie, we are tired. And again, as you said, election year, so there's so many other strikes. So it's almost like, Charlie, they are overwhelmed and they just want to wait and they don't even care. All right? And I think they underestimate how concerned and angry people are about this.
Exactly.
And this electoral consequence they want to avoid
They are actually
by
going to
not
suffer.
acting on Galamsey,
Most likely.
they are actually going to trigger. Because I think the analysis that fighting Galamsey lost them some seats in parliament is at best tenuous. It's possibly correlation without real causation. And if it did, from the data we've seen, it's probably 1 or 2 regions. I think there were many underlying issues why their MPs lost. For example, in the central region, the president won about 80% of the constituencies there. His MPs lost about 80% of their seats. And those seats are not Galamsey seats. Central region, they are Galamsey constituencies, but the NDC's sweeping of central on parliament was not a Galamsey issue. Now, if somebody sitting somewhere is telling this government that the reason why you lost those seats was Galamsey, therefore don't do anything, I think that they should wake up and smell the coffee. Because failing to act on Galamsey, I think, will be the final nail in the MPP's coffin. Because most reasonable people who are rising up against Galamsey will see the government's inaction directly connected to their party candidate. Right? So, I don't know how they do their calculation, what analysis they use to think that it is advantageous electorally not to do anything about Galamsey. I think they underestimate the influence of the groups that are talking and the numbers they wield and their ability, as Godfrey said, now people are preaching. Look, almost somebody sends me a priest who's been talking about Galamsey in a Catholic or Methodist church stridently. People's minds have been changed. People are being told, and kids are seeing a nation rise up and the government deciding to defy the people. There's only one possible consequence.
Yes.
So I don't know who the advisors of the government are. They still are. And see, the thing is that we don't have the luxury of time. 2 months to election. We can't even say let's wait till elections. Because as I speak to you, the Densu even.
Yeah.
So more, you see, rivers more southern than the Brim and Co are now getting into the mix. All right. And we are talking about our yam exports. This is a war against our lives. And somebody is sacrificing our life on the altar of political convenience. We should not back down. We will not stop until they do the right thing.
And but I think also the point has to be made that the people who are responsible for these mining licenses are the Minerals Commission.
Mr. Martin Isi.
I like how these days small thing no
nobody would allow to run away.
Small thing no you mention
Martin Isi.
You go mention Ghana card number.
He's on the list of he's on the loose talkers list.
No, so don't go there.
No, I'm just telling you.
I'm not saying that. I just like the fact that now you are mentioning names.
Charlie,
you will escape.
You see,
Mr. Martin Isi.
People who are presiding over this rot, the ministers who are involved, who are giving their authority behind these things. Look, the day will come where we will find the laws to prosecute every detail of the irresponsibility they have presided over. You understand? and when that time comes, we don't want to hear that, friends of so and so, they have gone to ransack national security or police station, or they have gone to occupy a court saying that they should be removed from office.
Yeah.
We have all been witnesses to the gross dereliction of executive duty that is leading to the crisis that we are suffering. And so we are serving notice as they continue to issue the licenses, as they continue to fail to do their due diligence and also to police the aftermath of what licenses they are issuing. The time will come and they will answer in a court of law, properly so called. And nobody should cry foul or wolf.
Last point. Organized labor has a meeting today.
Yes.
What's our message to them?
Play the song for me.
Forever, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.
But in the meantime,
yes, parents are being told by Nyansapon Institute that they should bring their children. They should come and learn 3D design, cloud computing, programming, and all. There's a new 8-week online STEM cohort starting on the 14th of October. You'll be taught by great people at Nyansapon Institute, so you can give your child a competitive edge in tech and set them up for future success. Call 053-711-73342 to enroll now in Nyansapon Institute, where coding, engineering, and design meet opportunity. Hey, my friend, Parkwell shouldn't get your heart racing with Obaya's Provident Insurance Reliable WhatsApp Assistant. You can buy, renew, and file claims for your vehicle anytime, anywhere. I mean, baby. Save Obaya's number 0242-426-396. Send her a hi and follow the prompt. So grab your phone and chat with Obaya. Obaya, baby. With Provident Insurance, man, you are covered.
Destroying everything.
Heritage Christian University College is set up to provide a missing link in tertiary education. They have a strong focus on entrepreneurship, technology, and practical learning with professional certification. Call them on 0547 777-731. They are at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, affiliated to KNUST and accredited by GTech. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Destroying everything with
When you buy anything, it has to be the best. That's why Diamond Cement's 42.5 R grade is the best on the market. You can also get the more affordable 32.5 R grade, which means there's a good deal for everybody and there's great value for your pocket. Call them on 0202021175. Diamond Cement, still hard as a diamond.
Our idiots are taking over our lands, destroying everything with yes. The tribesmen are taking over our land, destroying everything with yes. They're taking from the masses.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hello, spare driver. Are you sending the sales?
Boss, medicana kopim.
Hey, what the car to me so?
Boss, you no renew the insurance.
Charlie, I didn't have time. I had to go to the farm.
You can insure on the farm.
And I had to go to the market too.
You could have insured in the market.
I had to cook supper for my wife.
Even in the kitchen, you can still insure.
But how?
By texting or buyer on 0242-426-396 to help insure with Provident Insurance on WhatsApp from anywhere.
Annie,
babia. With Obaya, now you can insure your car anywhere, anytime on WhatsApp. Text Obaya on 0242-426-396 today. With Provident.
Man, you are covered.
Sister Essie.
Teacher,
don't tell me that Yao is not in school today too.
Please, that's why I'm here. He was diagnosed with malaria.
Oh my, that boy is missing a lot in class. Don't you have treated mosquito nets? It is the most common and effective means to prevent malaria. I can't.
Madam, we now have the new treated nets.
Really?
We all sleep under it.
The new nets. Speedy recovery to him.
Avoid malaria. Get insecticide-treated net and sleep under it every night and throughout the night. And remember, there's also the new insecticide-treated net. Highly resistant, strong, and is just as effective.
Let's come on board Good Life and protect against malaria. Good Life, live it well, it's an everyday thing. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service and partners with support from the USAID.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our 2024 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Hey, Auntie Essie and her replica. Long
time. How may I help you?
Auntie Ama, our course has gained admission to the university, but the money to pay for her fees is my headache now. Where am I going to get 2,500 cedis in this Ghana? Where?
Yes, stop that. You don't have to stress about the fees. Say, keep your cloth. John Mahama and the NDC say when they come to power, all first-year students in all public universities, technical universities, college of education and nursing training will pay no academic fees. The first year is free.
Hey! This is the best news I've heard this year. Wow!
See, that is not all. Listen! JDM says continuing students can apply and access a student loan plus, which is higher than the normal student loan, to support the payment of their fees. So when a course goes to second year, she will have access to the student loan plus to continue her education.
Wow! God bless you, JDM.
What is so heartwarming? It's a free tertiary education for our brothers and sisters who are physically challenged.
JDM, God bless the stomach that gave birth to you.
Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
All right.
Keeping your smile healthy and strong is important to Colgate. That's why this month, Colgate is giving you an opportunity to get a free dental screening. We want to help take care of your oral health beyond just brushing your teeth daily with our products, because we believe our smile is our strength. Our dentists are here for your smile. Please note that the dentists will screen you and provide advice around how to manage your oral health. There will be no procedures or treatments done. Visit Colgate Ghana on our Facebook page to find out more. This advert is FDA approved.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's 9:40. There's a big career and migration fair that will be happening in Kumasi very shortly. I understand there are virtual opportunities, and so for all of you out there who are looking for career opportunities, look out, stay tuned and pay attention to this conversation I'm about to have with Regina, Lillian, and Eugene. In the meantime, very important, equally important information Nathan has for you.
Oh yes, it's coming from Latex Foam. They are saying that your comfort and well-being should never be compromised. Go to Latex Foam and buy high-quality mattresses and furniture. Call them on 0302231155. Visit their shops and showrooms, so you can also get to them online. latexfoamghana.com. Latex Foam is your partner for life.
Great one there. So it's a good time to welcome Regina Record Thompson, YEA Partnership Manager. Regina, good morning. And then there is Lillian AF Aisha. You are technical advisor at the Ghana European Center for Jobs, Migration and Development. Yes. Wow. Please get close to the microphone because you have good news for us. And then Senior Labor Officer at the Labor Department, Eugene Amponsa. Eugene, good to have you. So, what's happening in Kumasi this month? Tell us about it. I'll start with you. Yeah.
Okay, so this month on the 16th and 17th of October 2024, we are organizing a career and migration fair.
Right.
And it's organized by the Ghanaian European Center for Jobs, Migration and Development.
Okay.
We have our funding from GIZ, or let's say the German government and the European Union. Actually, the fair brings together labor market stakeholders and recruiters and even job seekers. It sensitizes them about skilled employment, skilled migration, educational and technical and vocational training opportunities within Ghana and Europe.
Right.
And the main aim is to do this sensitization, so at the end of the day, we will get people to look at the prospects within TVET for sustainable job creation.
So the focus more is on TVET?
It's on skilled employment, TVET, educational opportunities, skilled migration opportunities.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. So
and entrepreneurial development.
Entrepreneurial development.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Regina, you just ended another job fair over the weekend, right?
Right.
I
Yes.
saw in the papers that you had trained some people, given them some cash and all of that. Tell us a bit about that, and then this collaboration also.
That's very true. So the Youth Employment Agency, well, before then, greetings to your viewers, to your listeners, and from our CEO, Kofi Ban Ejapon. The Youth Employment Agency partnered with the Ghana Reports to organize this job fair. It was for 16 full days. Yes. So we train people on employability skills and also the TVET area, that is the artisans, the hair making, makeup, AI, robotics, solar, many others.
I see. And I was told you give them some, tell me more. You give them some stuff to help some of them start up.
That's true. Most of them were KIAs, even though we also opened it up to the general Ghanaians. Most of them were KIAs, and we know that after training them, if you do not give them any money to start up, then it's like you're giving them light and putting them in the dark. And so we trained them and gave them a startup of 1,000 Ghana cedis each, so that they can start.
How many participants have you had in the last 16 days?
Woo! Huge numbers.
Right? Any data to share yet? You are still putting that together.
We're still putting that
together.
together.
Eugene, how is it important? Why is the Ministry of Employment and Labour partnering with the Career and Migration Fair? As for the Labour Ministry, we often hear of you when Labour is agitating. So you seem to be joining us at the other side.
Okay, thank you. I think looking at the level of unemployment rate in Ghana recently, it's just prudence that the government would also want to partner this private institutions,
right,
GIZ for that matter, to see how best the unemployment rate would be kept. So just like the theme of this career and migration fair says, we're looking at skilled migration, entrepreneurship, and then vocational training.
So how's the Labour Ministry supporting these initiatives?
We've lent our DEX, that's the Labour Department DEX, to that of GIZ, since we are across the whole country, and we have some level of data on job seekers. So at least some level of information will be passed to the job seekers about this fair, and for us to get the numbers that we need.
I see. Let me come back to you, Lillian, right? And what are the various opportunities that are available for those of us who are listening, who will be able to who can make it there? You tell us there's a virtual option as well.
Of course.
I'll let you enlighten us on how we can participate. But what are the opportunities available?
Okay, so the opportunities are numerous. In terms of skilled employment, there will be recruiters from Germany that will participate in this program. We will have info sessions, we will have breakout sessions and panel discussions, and these will focus on areas that they are looking to employing people into, and also the skills that they require. So they will take job seekers through all this, and based on that they can make informed decisions. About education, we have DAAD coming to talk about prospects when it comes to scholarships and studies in Germany. We have the Campus France also coming. They also have so much to share, and the Hungarian embassy will be there. So in terms of education, that is it. We have also wealth and jobs. That's an international recruitment consultancy, and they will be responsible for the entrepreneurial development, and so there's going to be a lot there. In terms of the info session, we'll be talking about opportunities in Germany and other parts of Europe.
Great. So, you talk about recruiters coming from Germany. Are they coming to recruit for jobs in Germany, or they're recruiting for jobs in Ghana run by German companies?
Okay, so the aim is to ensure that job seekers know about the skills that they are looking out for.
Okay.
There are recruiters from Germany. They have they may be recruiting for Germany, but it's not going to be direct recruitment at the fair.
Because boys are very wild.
Yes, but in terms of TVET, there will also be some collaboration between industry stakeholders here in Ghana and those in Germany and other parts of Europe. So whatever gaps there are, challenges there are, they will try to address that. And there are going to be graduate placements, TVET graduate placements.
Are there apprenticeship opportunities and training opportunities that perhaps is free or has some cost attachment to it?
Yes, of course. There's currently a call that has been opened for a pilot program for these graduates placements. Okay, so they would have the opportunity to do internship in Germany and afterwards decide whether they want to come back to work in Ghana.
They get to decide whether they want to come back.
They have the opportunity to. But this is a call. If you go to our page, the Ghanaian European
Regina, we just
Center
really
for
need to
Jobs.
ask that question. Because
but of course, some
Boys are
people
wild.
want to go
But
to
it will surprise
get
you
the skills and come back. And
It's been an initial pilot.
Regina, let's talk about fair hiring practices for Ghanaians who want to work in Germany, the EU, and Africa. What tips do you have for job seekers attending the fair to make the most out of the opportunities available?
Now, let me address fair hiring,
Yes.
and then I come to what they need to prepare with.
Yes.
Now, everybody, like you said, boys are wild. Everybody wants to travel. So they hear the opportunity to go and they want to hop on it. But then come to this fair, come and listen to what is due you so that you don't get recruited by somebody in Europe and says, well, I'm going to pay you under what you are not supposed to get. Come, listen, know your skill set, know how you can put it together to get the best of the wages in Europe.
Okay.
So I would say that if you're coming, know who you are, prepare to meet these recruiters. There's going to be info session. You get the chance to ask questions. But if you sit there throughout the process, you do not ask any question. You do not make any impression.
You don't make any contacts.
Exactly. You don't make any contacts. You may leave the fair and feel like, what did I gain?
Right.
So please remember to do some research, put yourself together, come learn, and then let's get ready to
Eugene,
travel
what
right.
tips, thank you, Regina. Eugene, what tips will you share also? Because I get the sense that people want to migrate. Yes, they've heard they want to go work in Germany, but people don't spend time to even learn the language, for example, or know the culture of the people. Where in Ghana we are doing this GMT, there's a different, culture with respect to time and all of that. What kind of outlook should people mentally prepare themselves for as they're looking for these opportunities while they attend programs like this one?
So I would say that you have to come with a proper documentation of your certificates.
Oh, I can come with my certifications.
Yes, you can come there. And then you can also come and you have to be prepared for some on-spot interviews.
Okay.
So there might be some employers who would want to recruit there and then.
Okay.
So you make that out. You also have to research on some of these exhibitors.
Right.
As we have spoken about GEC, YEA, the Labor Department, you can go on our pages, research about all the exhibitors, the probable exhibitors who are going to be there. Yes, exactly. And you also have to leverage on this vocational training stuff we're doing.
Right.
Some people already have the skill but may need a little bit of
Polishing.
retraining. Yes. So you just have to come with an open mind, actually, and then just like my sister said, just know yourself.
Right.
And
So
know
this
what you want.
is happening on the 16th and 17th at Golden Bean in Kumasi. What is the virtual platform we can join? How do we get in touch?
Okay, so you can register online and join online.
Where?
The Ghanaian European Center for Jobs.
Ghanaian European Center for
our
Jobs.
Facebook
and
page.
Migration.
You
Okay,
go to
on
our
Facebook.
page.
Okay.
And wealthandjobs.org would also
wealthandjobs.org. Right. Lillian, Regina, Eugene, thank you so much. We will do well to take advantage of this opportunity. Thank you for joining us in the studio, and congratulations on all the work you're doing to reduce the unemployment burden and create more opportunities for more young people and women, of course. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too.
Right.
Too.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Name is Akrobato. I like my mind peace. That's why I go get my bumper insurance from Holland Life. Just yesterday, my Abusha Penny asked everybody to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis for a penny funeral. But Masa Nukureni, I want to make my bumper helped me cover cost of funeral and any disability cost by paying 2 Ghana cedis per Bushumibia. A simple
Yes, with as little as 2 Ghana cedis, you too can have peace of mind about cost of injury and funeral by simply registering with Mibambo Insurance from Holland Life. Just dial *269# on MTN or Telecel and follow the prompts. It's really that simple. Enjoy peace of mind today, knowing your tomorrow is covered. Mibambo Insurance, made for you.
Keeping your smile healthy and strong is important to Colgate. That's why this month, Colgate is giving you an opportunity to get a free dental screening. We want to help take care of your oral health beyond just brushing your teeth daily with our products, because we believe our smile is our strength. Our dentists are here for your smile. Please note that the dentists will screen you and provide advice around how to manage your oral health. There will be no procedures or treatments done. Visit Colgate Ghana on our Facebook page to find out more. This advert is FDA approved.
What happens when ancient days meet modernity? What happens when a goddess wakes up in an era of digital chaos? Witness the epic battle between the past and the present. Catch the intrigue and suspense in Amwanime's era, a brand new epic telenovela showing Mondays to Fridays on Aquaba Magic, DSTV channel 150 and Go TV channel 102. Available on DSTV Access and Go TV Plus. Dial *759# to stay connected.
Hey, Auntie Essie and her replica. Long time. How may I help you?
Auntie Ama, our course has gained admission to the university, but the money to pay for her fees is my headache now. Where am I going to get 2,500 cedis in this Ghana? Where?
Essie, stop that. You don't have to stress about the fees. Hey, keep your cloth. John Mahama and the NDC say when they come to power, all first-year students in all public universities, technical universities, college of education and nursing training will pay no academic fees. The first year is free.
Hey! This is the best news I've heard this year. Wow!
See, that is not all. Listen! JDM says continuing students can apply and access a student loan plus, which is higher than the normal student loan, to support the payment of their fees. So when a course goes to second year, she will have access to the student loan plus to continue her education.
Oh, wow! God bless you, JDM.
What is so heartwarming is a free tertiary education for our brothers and sisters who are physically challenged.
JDM, God bless the stomach that gave birth to you.
Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
All right.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
All right, welcome back. This is still the Citi Breakfast Show. Let's get into a few quick announcements before we call it a morning. The luckiest, they are saying that luck is everywhere. and you need to win as well. Dial *712#. Get your ticket. The more you buy, the better your chances are of winning. And remember, when you hear that catchy jingle, it's your cue to pay attention. It could be your lucky day. The luckiest luck is everywhere. Best Education Services is organizing an exclusive Study in Canada fair. It's happening on the 14th and 15th of October at the Accra City Hotel. If you are in Kumasi, it's happening on the 16th hotel at the Lancaster Hotel. 16th October, at the Lancaster Hotel. 17 top Canadian institutions with programs in bachelor's degrees to master's degrees will be there to assist you in choosing the right program. Call or WhatsApp 025-624-5006 to register now. The program is free, but you need to register. Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2024 is your ticket to success. Now, parents, do let your child get into the world of STEM, because 75% of the fastest growing jobs today require STEM skills. Now, Support Institute is organizing an 8-week online STEM cohort which starts on the 14th of October. Give your child a competitive edge. Let them come and learn coding, 3D design, cloud computing, and all of that, and it will be a wonderful time. Limited slots are available. Registration ends on the 11th of October. You can call or send a message to 053-711-73342 to enroll now. Nyansapon Institute, where coding, engineering, and design meet opportunity.
As it meets within, weighing a rhythm, resisting against the system. Ooh-wee. I know God never let us down. Will you?
How Idrisu Mustafa is here. When she is done, the mistress of the classroom. Now your Kote will take over. My name is Caleb, took over from Bernard. Richard Delaskai was here. Godfred Akutubwa for Nathan Obodai Kwao. Godfred Abekodum, the richest man, was a man on technical today. Fred Tete Jabana was always with Edwin Kwao Kofi and Sheba Bernie. How are you, Hawa?
I'm well, Caleb, thank you. How are you?
Good morning, I'm well. What's in the news?
Coming up, 9 Democracy Hub protesters granted bail to the